All right, let's begin. Ha! Hello, everybody. Welcome to the one of many rat painting streams. Dear God, there will be rat painting streams till the end of time. I'm excited, though. How's it going, everybody? Also, let me do a quick YouTube's test to make sure all you nerds are working correctly. And let me say hello to everybody. Hello, nobody. Howdy. Hello, Matthew. Congratulations on your first. Hello, Blanc. Oh, yeah, there's like right when I was doing Lancer preview, like prep yesterday, straight up they dropped like the mother load of like all the rat stuff. So I'm like, God damn, nice. Hello, Pato, how you doing? Welcome. And hello, Not Wall, how you doing as well? And hello, Moss. Happy Great Horned Rat Day, one and all. The most magical holiday of all time. And how you doing, Jack? Welcome. How you doing? So in order to keep going on the rat train, I am working on this Grey Seer I got from the box. The rat with a gat. There's so many rats with gats. Like basically every fucking Skaven model is now packing at least a pistol, which is pretty great. And hello, Troglodyte. How you doing? Welcome. So, as somebody who has put off like, hold on, where are they at my desk? I have like just like a bunch of just like randomly assembled storm vermin of the old style that I need to finish. Those new ones look baller. You can definitely tell that like it's funny because on one hand, the new sculpts are very good. I like them, but I can also tell like, oh, Games Workshop absolutely does not want you to put those into the old world. It really, thank you for the giant thing. I asked Hal to do what Hal do yesterday. Yeah, I know generally during the tabletop streams, sometimes getting specific. Oh, what's Hal do? I'll paint rats. Yeah, I usually turn off those kind of redeems because they are bad with tabletop collab stuff. How you doing, idiot? How you doing? I should call you underscore because I feel like saying like, how's it going, idiot? Is I know that's what you want technically, but still. But yeah, I had a lot of fun running Lancer yesterday. Every time I do a big tabletop stream, I basically am like tense the entire week beforehand. Yeah, I don't know if it'll. I basically can imagine at least maybe one stream a week for a decent chunk of time. I mean, I'm a very flighty painter, so I don't think I'm necessarily going to be consistent with that, but hell yeah. Please, super chat. Yeah, I do appreciate it. You got some good hits. Hell yeah. But like, ooh, I had a lot of fun, but as soon as that stream was off, I just immediately like decompressed into my fucking chair. I was just like, oh. Yeah, all the rats, like, some of them I knew. Like, there was a pretty consistent spoiler that was going around. No, please call me idiot. You got it, idiot. But yeah, no. Also, the fucking sunglasses on the fucking cat. That's excellent. But yeah, I knew like there was supposedly I already knew about the Vermin Lord. I think some of the other ones I didn't super duper know, or like they were minor enough. Does it blow? Wait, does it blow up your streak if you just have the stream up? That feels weird. That's unfortunate. Luckily, stream streaks are just kind of for fun, so like I wouldn't feel too bad. It is a very weird feature though. So how you doing, Terry? 3 coats of yellow. Oh, you kind of have to do it in like 3 coats of yellow. But I'm glad it's working out. I don't have a dedicated yellow army for similar reasons. I actually don't know what would be my yellow army if somebody was like, "How make a yellow army?" I don't know. I feel like fucking Gene Stealer cults would be pretty rad with a lot of yellow, but I feel like that's making an already aggravating paint job even more aggravating. It's like, yeah, you know, like the fiddly guys that take forever to paint. What if you just made them like the worst color to paint as well? It's like absolute masochism nonsense. Remember to squat for the God Emperor. Yeah, you gotta keep those. You gotta keep the. I don't know. No, squats got a lot of like butt muscles and stuff like that. Squats are good, but goddamn, do they hurt? They are not kind to your body by being extra kind to your body. Oh yeah, no, there's a ton. It's not that bad, but it's like compared to a lot of other colors, it's definitely on the top list. It's on the top list of colors that are annoying. Yeah, that sounds about right. Using that kind of like using some of like the pinks and doing a white base. I know I'm gonna be using some white on this mini specifically because like I have not gotten to do airbrush glowy techniques yet, but I figure it's something I'm gonna do on a lot of my Skaven. The newer Skaven is try to get some level of like warpstone glow, and it looks like from what I've been seeing, the way to do it is just to paint paint white and then airbrush or dry brush the colors over it. Oh yeah, ask away, dude. Ask away. Also, how you doing, pup? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, you gotta do. I've had some good luck with I usually do like dirtier yellows though, but I've had some good browns that were kind of work for that. How you doing, Steven? How you doing, Way? Jay, how you doing? How you doing? But yeah, when we're talking about little rats too, hold on. Do I have them? They're so itty bitty. I'm gonna show you the smallest fucking 3D printed rat. Behold. Behold. I do not know a carpenter. I feel like this is a setup for a joke, but I'm here for it. But check out. This is a little rat, and you're like, how? Why did you print the ittiest bittiest little rats? And here's the answer. I still need to do some prep, but I think if I put it like this, you guys can see the vision, right? I think you guys can see where I'm going with this. How you doing, Billy? How you doing, Chieftain? How you doing? It's gonna be like shooting rats. Not shirtless. I wear a shirt most of the time. Listen, I wear a shirt enough that me without a shirt is a special occasion. I guess Mimic Form always is out without a shirt, but come on, I can't keep those choppers in there. But that's basically what I see. There's this guy called like the miniaturista that I consider to be like the king of glow effects, and he's like paint white, do a light color with an airbrush, like paint white, then airbrush white on top of the white in some of the other areas, then airbrush on some other stuff like that, like some just like brighter colors, and then go to some darker ones, and then occasionally go back and do some more white to really build it up, and just keep going until eventually the mini is as bright as you want. The dude can make like a volcanic glow. I don't think I'm aware of Black Hawk Down. I did not see it though, so I was not aware that there's a sequel. Sound roughly like Tyrannosaurus. Oh, I can see that. Yeah, I can see. I mean, there's a lot of like, if you hear any deep grumble of an animal, you're gonna be like, oh shit. I don't even think that's a T-Rex specific thing. I've used a staff like that for it to handle. Yeah. No, this staff is fine. There we go. Which one of the new rats are my favorite? I really like the Vermin Lord dude. I do not remember his name. All of them are like Skitter Max 5000 or whatever. I do like the big Vermin Lord, and I also kind of like that new Claw Lord, like the big fat one. Your JO staff? Or do you mean your bow staff? Because when you say JO staff, my brain thinks of a JO crystal of massive size. That's straight up, that's too powerful for mortal man. Oh, there we go. We got some ad stuff. Blackhawk 2. God damn it. Do be like that. Yeah, but alas, no, I know nothing for carpentry. I think it's like one of those hobbies. Every now and then I do legitimately look at I'll look at little tutorials for like how to make bookshelves. Like whenever I consider the idea of getting power tools to like cut wood, I'm like, ooh, I would love to be able to build all the bookshelves. I want to build all the bookshelves, and I'm like, no, that by the time I would get all the tools for it, and like I guess I could find like a maker space somewhere near me, but it's a lot of tools to get started in carpentry. Which I mean makes sense. That is a profession for some people. There's a 3. Gotcha. I guess it's probably, I guess wood glue might be out of the picture, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what would be the optimal way to do that. Yeah, that's another thing too. So I own a car. It's a very good vehicle for like taking me from point A to point B, but the storage is like not super great. It barely fits. Like I'm a tall boy, so sitting in the front seat of this tiny little car. Well, it's not the tiniest little car, but like it's definitely like I'm just large enough that cars I kind of just gotta squeeze in there, which I don't mind actually. It's kind of cozy. I mean, now would be the time to do it, like especially for the people that are selling the Skaven halves of the starter box. How you doing, Ars? Welcome. How you doing? A lot of Skaven stuff is going to be relatively cheap this year, so like now would be the best time to do it. I can understand though financially though, starting a new army is always kind of an expensive endeavor. How you doing, Dozing? How you doing? Welcome. Find with water till I need to make a tongue and a groove. Is that like when you do like the little interlocking things, I guess? I have no idea. Kind of like right. Oh yeah, I imagine. Yeah, I have to imagine the way the different supervillains are written. It's got to be pretty interesting. I'm not the hugest supers fan. I kind of like some of the more like usually I like Western comics. I just don't usually do a lot of like super. Not because I hate the genre, just because I hate the structure of like how those stories are done. Here my models on my motorcycle. I don't. That feels like a bad idea. I don't know. I feel like that's like just one like sharp turn from just losing your entire army unless you do. I mean, I guess people will do motorcycle deliveries, so it's probably like whatever delivery box they use for that kind of thing might be able to repurpose for minis, but that would still feel like that. Oh shit, it's good. Nightbot is gonna keep. Oh god, I forgot to switch to Nightbot stuff. Ah ha ha. I'll do that after stream. So hey, if you see an advertisement for all the wonderful people I played Lancer with yesterday, still follow them. I was like, I'm forgetting something. I know I'm forgetting something because every time I do a big tabletop collab, I gotta turn off all my various like little redeems and whatnot. I could do. I mean, I imagine were you whacking something with it, because I mean, I feel like that's like the #1 way you break a staff, and also like the most understandable thing too. Yeah. Oh yeah, turnip's always pretty. I do think weirdly enough that you could probably run the Skaven side of the starter box as a turnip army. You have, let's see, how would I break it down? I think you have a couple of ways. I did remember to ping Discord this time. Yeah, look at me being a streamer that's like remembers things this time. You could run the rat ogres as brutes, a unit of 3. You could use the chaff at the snipers as chaff. Each sniper team has 2 HP each. You have 3 units of melee fodder. You could use the Grey Seer and the Engineer as toadies, and then you run the Claw Lord as a root shrine for your Toph, and just run the Procession of Woe. I'm not gonna say it's the most viable turnip army, but it's all in one place, you know? How you doing, Bunny? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How you doing? You tripped. Oh, that's a bummer, because that's literally like insult to injury with that. So hopefully I was able to catch your fall at least a little bit. Hopefully the staff was able to do something before it went out in a blaze of glory. A bummer, yo. Sounds unfortunate. A weapon profile to new rat. I don't know. Like it's. So I got the 4th edition book now because it comes with the Skaven type box, and I know that there are like some stat things. I haven't really super looked at the new. I guess a lot of it will wait for the new battle tome. Sorry, the new battle tomes to drop and see how that looks. Dragon Quest. Fuck yeah. Wait, Dragon Quest. Oh wait, Dragon Quest? No, day. Are you playing Dragon Quest? Gotcha. Oh, I can't use it now. Is it a lot? Like, so every time I've gotten a quote unquote staff, it was finding a cool stick in the woods. I just love the impulse of like there's if you find a cool stick in the woods, it doesn't matter like as a society, we have access to like splitting the atom and traveling to space, but still the primal instinct to pick up big stick and be like, this is my big stick now, I will go on a journey, is still there, and I fucking love that. I love that, like, if you put me next to a big stick, it's like a nondescript stick, I will want to like pick it up and just fucking like pretend to be Gandalf. I like to think that's a universal impulse, even though I'm a weird creature, but I also have to imagine that this is the impulse that leads somebody to paint miniatures, and then everyone else is like, dude, it's just a stick. And then meanwhile, I'm like going on the greatest adventure. I could, honestly, maybe a whittling stream would be fun, but once again, I try to minimize the amount of knife stuff I do on stream, like even for like mini building. I'm like, I feel like I could handle doing like mini building with like using a file and stuff like that. 20 minutes. Ah, gotcha. That's all good, idiot. Have yourself a good night and take it easy. And best of luck with your stick situation. Unfortunately, I was not able to help, but hopefully you and a stick-like object will be reunited in the future. Be knife to watch. Puns. I guess also the problem with a whittling stick is the reflection too. I don't want to. There's like a little like every now and then there's like some aspects of doing crafting stuff. I'm like, god damn it, everything is fucking shiny. Oh yeah, ninja's also a valid choice. If you if you, I wonder how much of the like using as like a bow staff is straight up just like a 90s thing. There was so much 90s media that like, hey, you're a ninja now. What does a ninja do? I don't know, sick weapon stuff. That's fine. It doesn't matter. Ooh, a specific tree. Ooh, there we go. Like a specific type of wood, or are you just thinking about like going into the woods and just being like, yes, this tree is perfect, and then make a staff out of that? I think either one's a valid approach. I kind of like the latter though, where you're just like, I don't know what tree I'm looking for, but I'm gonna look for one. I'm gonna look for a very specific one. Work, fabric. I'm coming to LARPer. Hey, let's go. The stick to LARP pipeline is real. I do kind of feel it though. I do feel it. Yeah, I guess it was like 80s too. Fair. 80s and 90s. It is kind of funny that like a lot of it is from the era of like what effectively would become similar to being a weeb, but it was like a weeb for like not anime Japan stuff where it was like, ooh, cyberpunk tech and ninjas and honor and samurai, which I think is like where the love of the katana entered the nerd sphere and has never left. Oh, I do actually, what's it called? I did actually, also, Amigo, Contraventor, thank you for the follow, and welcome to the workshop. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing, I'm painting rats. We're talking about sticks. I actually did, let's see, do I have I have some tweezers somewhere that apparently I cannot find, but those tweezers were, used, I basically spray painted them black before I did the, Sesame Bun stream. But yeah. See, I need some tips on my Battle Wagon proxy. What are you doing with the Battle Wagon stuff? They're all like, I get that they're overrated. I know that there's probably better swords from like a practical standpoint, but it doesn't matter. It's in the same way that if you put me next to a stick, I will try to become like Gandalf. If you put me next to a katana, I'm gonna be fucking pogging out of my mind. I'm gonna be like, yes, at last I have been reunited with the blade. I already mentioned before that when I was in middle school, I straight up got a katana off of eBay, and I did sick poses in my backyard with the katana. No shit. I don't know if those pictures still exist. I feel like they probably got removed at some point. I would love to find those just for nostalgia's sake. Just to have them, you know? Magic players, Battletech too. Battletech actually has like a lot of like a very interesting overlap of weebs and proto weebs and not weebs and stuff like that. There we go. Spiritual, ooh, a Drono tree. Can't be worked. It has a spiral wood grain. Ooh. Oh shit. So that's effectively, it sounds like, mind you, I'm very limited in knowledge. It sounds like the kind of tree you straight up have to like just like find a fallen branch or just knock a branch off and be like, that's it. That's my staff. I cannot whittle one out. I have to wait for the perfect natural staff, which that does feel very druid core, you know? That does feel very druid core where you're just like, I found the staff and it was made for me. That's how you doing, Mini Dell. How you doing? I'm working on a rat. There's a lot of rat to do. He's actually like not the worst as far as little Gribblies go. Like he's got like a couple things. The thing that I'm a little annoyed by these new Skaven, and I didn't realize this, is like the newer models kind of emphasize it a lot more. A lot of their cloth has like purposeful little slits in it. To the point where, like, it almost, like, when you're putting it together, you're like, did I just, like, not seal this correctly? Like, did I just not, like, finish it? Did I not gap filler? But, like, the official ones were painted that way. I'm like, fuck, I guess they wanted it like this. Strange choice. Is there a Mutant I've never actually looked into Mutant Chronicles super hard. I'm aware it's a tabletop game, but other than that, I don't know a huge amount about it. How you doing, Calvin? Welcome. How you doing? I'm painting rat in a way that's going to absolutely shock everybody. Everyone's going to be like, how paint rat? No, I can't even. At this point, I've solidly painted enough rats this year that I think I'm definitely safe in maintaining my I paint rats idea. Oh yeah, I'm glad you all like the game. I had a lot of fun. I legitimately spent all of Saturday prepping for it, and it feels good to be free of the prep. But I had a blast running it. I will definitely be running more Lancer. Every time I talk about the idea of doing a Lancer West Marches, like a kind of like pick up and play mission-based little one-shot thing, people are like, fuck yeah, let's go. Can I even give it a... Really? Yeah, that is kind of funny how, like, I think we just kind of assume G-dubs is a monolith and can never fall. And maybe at this point they've legitimately hit that, like, we are untouchable thing. But it's funny just how there have been times between them and, like, Privateer Press and whatnot where there's been, like, legitimate There's been like a legitimate grasp at taking like the primary wargamer spot from the company at different points. Let's go Wonder in the Wood. I think that'd be pretty cool, honestly. Yeah, if you, like that's one of those things that like you might never find, and that's okay. But if you do, ooh, that'll be magical. Lancer, I hardly know her. To be fair, I do like those kind of jokes a lot. So hell yeah. Getting like these like really stuff like that. Be more of that game. So the way I do things, I think some people have actually asked me why I don't do more campaign stuff, because to a certain degree campaign stuff is pretty popular in a lot of TRPG spheres. Scheduling just seems to be, yeah, it is a very Uncle Core joke, to be fair. Scheduling is just always going to be an issue, and there's not much I can do about that, like scheduling life stuff like that. So I think doing like a pick up and play thing will be the most likely scenario. And usually I'll leave an opening for like, hey, I don't think there's legitimately, and I don't mean this to be a suck up GM. I don't think I've ever really played with a group like on stream and been like, God, I fucking hated this. Oh, this is the worst. I'm never playing with these people again. A lot of it's because I do generally tend to vet the players a bit. There's only been a couple of times, I think, where people have been like, where I've gotten a group given to me, and usually it's still at that point I say I own the players. No, I know at least a couple of the players in advance. Well, it's not only that, it's time zones. So I did this to myself for this Lancer one shot because I'm insane. So Brandon, I don't know for certain, but I feel like he might be West Coast. Don't quote me on that. Don't say, I don't think that's accurate, but 100%, but I'm assuming West Coast. I'm East Coast. Maple is somewhere in glorious Canadian land. Jets is in Australia, and Tsukimi, I believe, is in Japan, but don't quote me on that one as well. And together, that is fucking time zone hell. Why did I do this to myself? That's fine. I'm crazy, but fair. I'm also a VTuber, so I'm crazy by default. But, well, I've had a couple of people ask me why that group, because it does look weird on paper, to be fair. The answer is that that Jets and Tsukimi are two cool mech pilot VTubers I know, so they were given. Also, Rusty Ru, thank you for the sub on YouTube. Thank you. How you doing? But those were two, and then Brandon really wanted to play Lancer. He was kind of catalyst where everybody can thank Matthew in chat. Matthew was like, Hal, Brandon is going feral to play Lancer, my dude. And I'm like, I got this. I can help, don't worry. And then Maple, I did a one-shot with her for Anime North, and I thought she was pretty cool. And I was like, hey, you seem pretty cool. Would you like to get in the robot? But yeah, that's kind of how that came together. Yeah, that's kind of one of those things that like, I feel like if you do stream really, really late Eastern time, you're either West Coast or you are just like a NEET. So I don't know. Brandon could be a NEET these days. I don't know, but like usually default to West Coast. There's a pretty sizable population of VTubers that live in California and the general region. Usually it's like Central Time is the rare time zone. East Coast and West Coast got a lot of people. Once you get to like Central and Mountain Time VTubers, that's when like you gotta really search, and even then you have to find out. A lot of them just go for like Eastern or Western because those are kind of like the big population center time zones. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Lancer's a cool system, but there are people that look at D&D and they're like, oh my god, this is too complicated. My brain is far too smooth. And that's not true, honestly. And I don't mean that to insult these people. I mean that, and that like there's almost a kind of nerd lie where you are told that like D&D is the most arcane of nerd arts. It requires extensive research, and if you fuck up, you will be shamed and banished to the waste. So it's not that bad. Can you do basic math? Can you read book? Congratulations, you can do D&D 5e easy. We become Captain Sleep Deprived. I mean, yeah, honestly, if you combine all of our time zones, nobody's sleeping in VTuber circles, to be fair. I've done you and English stuff. It's hard. Because I mean, generally too, like if you do it on weekends, people can be a bit more free. Like I think Jets was like just woke up, and Jets and Tsukimi I think just woke up before the stream, and then they got for it. You'd be a decent human being. I mean that goes for every TRPG to be fair. I'm also going to some magic. Yeah, just give me a quick. So I'm gonna turn up my AC again. I'm melting. There we go. Where do I put those? Okay. Yeah, it's still advertising over from yesterday. It is. I do not want to get it. I do not want to update that during the stream. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We have returned. All right. How do I collect the mimic sweat? It's too. I have like a little drippy pan under my under my desk. You'll never collect it. I have to bottle it up for later. But yeah, time zones are kind of fucky. It's also too for campaigns in particular. It's not even a time zone thing. It is a like it's a time investment to be a whole fucking thing. How you doing, Tag? So I do have 2 elf armies that I rarely paint on stream. One of them was my first wargaming army ever, Legion of Everblight, which is more of a mutant dragon army than an elf army. Retribution of Skria or whatever is probably the more proper quote-unquote elf. But that is one of them. And I do own some high elves. I do actually own a bunch of high elves. Kari Sweat, Jesus Christ. I like the umlaut though. That's a fun move. But yeah, it's hard to ask people like usually whenever you see groups of people like doing like the kind of extended campaigns as like a media thing, those are people that started doing all of it together as like this is a thing, this is going to be our thing. Which is, I mean, it's not that it's uncommon. I know like Cabal I think has a consistent campaign that he's in and or runs. I know Juniper, the bug lady, is in one. I see a couple of other VTubers do one. But so it's not impossible, but it does get way harder to do persistent like campaign sort of dealio. Thank you for the hydrate stretch. Ah, there we go. Oh. Yeah. I like being an elf. But like a lot of the typical like appeals of fantasy elves are not super duper big draws to me. I like painting horrible, gross little creatures, and I use creatures to refer to people as well. Like in case, you know, I like painting fucked up things, and usually elves and fucked up things don't really super align. Sometimes they do. Like there's that new like Warcrow game done by the people behind Infinity. Corvus Belly or whatever. They do have like some like mutant blood casting elves that do kind of seem neat. I don't know. Nothing about Warcrow is like super make me think like, yes, I must play this game. They're gross little creatures in a moral sense, not in like a physical sense. Like when you look at elf and even if you go like, oh, I'm a dwarf, fucking disgusting. Like you're just gonna see just like a fucking just like dude with pointy ears and like probably like a series of just like smug gestures. You're not gonna find like fucking like eyes and tentacles and just like buried in dirt and whatnot, you know? Yeah, which is funny because I own some Middle-earth strategy battle game works, so yeah. I am a little curious about N5 for Infinity. If my Toha starter box is going to be valid again for N5, I might maybe. I feel like I want to pop back into the shop, see if the audience has changed, and then get absolutely shreked. Though apparently I have some people have been asking for Malifaux players where I'm at. So if I'm reviving any war game, I have a shitload of models for. I actually don't have a huge amount of Malifaux models, but I got like enough for a couple crews. And how you doing, Bellner? Welcome. How you doing? For the Heldrake. Oh, no, you did not Heldrake. There we go. It's probably still on cooldown. I was ready to do. I was reflexively ready to do it, but it's like no. I just did that a second ago. Gotta let my hydration recharge. Yeah, it's weird because like they do kind of mention a little bit of chaos. Yeah, chaos elves every now and then get kind of brought up, but not a huge amount. And I think in Age of Sigmar you'll find like a Chaos Elf and a couple of Warcry warbands, so nothing super big. And I do actually like Dark Eldar too. I do think they're neat, but then once again they're not like huge on my list. I mean, I do drink water when I paint. It's fine. Yeah, I'm usually not a big fan of monopose, but like when you put like 20 monopose models in a big brick, I have 20 or 30 of the old Chaos Warriors, like not the old Chaos Warriors, like the middle tier Chaos Warriors, and they all have the halberds and shields. And they do look pretty good ranked up, especially because I put them on square bases for the old world. Though they got a lot of wiggle room now because they're on like 30 millimeter square bases, which is kind of a weird anomaly, but they got that wiggle room now, which I do enjoy. So also gonna do the exact same color on the tail, but the tail will be kind of. I think I'm gonna keep this top bit still relatively the same burgundy kind of like red burgundy deal. The tail will definitely just use this as a foundational layer, so I can do like the they call it the little fucked up bits. This is nice, doesn't shift away. Yeah, I am a little surprised they didn't try to. I do wonder if how they're going to capitalize on the show. Like I feel like you want to release a starter box for that, or they're probably good. Maybe at minimum just release like the characters as like a special character pack. I know that's like relatively common in Infinity. But yeah, I don't know. In theory, I might try to get my Infinity stuff painted at some point. Like once again, some point TM. That's kind of nice though. You know, once again, I have unironically till the end for the rest of my days to paint my backlog. So like, if I find that I need to prioritize a little bit of Infinity over Skaven, I can do that whenever I want. It's pretty good. Oh, is there a graphic novel? I guess of course there is. Usually, I mean, I don't know. It's it's very bizarre the way wargame companies handle third-party media. Like some like the licensed ones are kind of whatever, but like Warhammer G-Dubs is very strange with the Warhammer Plus videos. Like those are the perfect things to get new people into the game in the same way that like the Astartes animations got some new players out of it. But they keep everything locked behind a paywall. So the only people that will enjoy those are already in franchise players, which is fine, I guess. But like, I feel like you're wasting a lot of like good animation talent. Like I saw some of that stuff for like the trial or whatever, like the apothecary dude going back to rescue his friend's gene seed from the Necrons. I was like, that looks pretty neat. There we go. Now I can hydrate and stretch. No, you were biding your time. Ah, there we go. More water. Oh, I know. I'm like, oh, I agree. I know what happened to the Astartes guy. I'm just saying that they are wasting it by keeping his talent, and it's sad because actually the other day I saw him today. Yeah, I do be a rat enjoy. Says my logo right here. What's it called? But like, I watched the trailer that he like. There's like two separate trailers of stuff he was planning on doing, like if like out of the after Astartes, just like little sub series. There's something like that's really like my brain latches onto like lost or incomplete media, even if it's not good. Like whenever I see like what was it called? Like Advent Rising, I think was the game that was supposed to be like the fucking like Mass Effect killer. Or even like it was supposed to be like a big Mass Effect Halo killer, where it's kind of like RPG with like a lot of action and stuff like that. And they spent the first game was kind of stupid, but they set up like for like a little sneak preview for another game that like would have potentially kept things going. And my brain is always just kind of just thinks about this. It's like thinks about what was, you know. Yeah, I think he did. I did see the what was it called? He did do a series for them, I believe, like the Iron Within, I think. The one with the Iron Warriors, which is incredibly baller. But yeah, he did have to drop a lot of it. Also, how you doing? Go for it, painting. Look, how you doing? I'm painting rat. Derby rat. Today, I do not have much belief we will get farther than base coating today. Yeah, that's okay. I'm alright with it. Yeah, but it's kind of sad because like you do look at those little like preview images of his future projects and like you know they're dead. Like they're just dead. G-Dubs. The weird thing is I don't know. There's so many strange choices when it comes to G-dubs. I don't even know why. I'd be like, why did they do that? And I know the answer. I know what the answer is for that. And it's just they're silly. So it's another. Now he's doing Fallout New Vegas animations. Ooh, I do love the grip that Fallout New Vegas still has on gaming years later. It's very impressive. I do like New Vegas. I don't know if I would say it's one of my favorite games of all time. It's one that I definitely enjoy quite a bit, and I've played to completion twice now, which is, mind you, the second playthrough was done for stream reasons, but also I did enjoy very much being a cannibal in it. But like, I very rarely go back and play games that over multiple times. Like those are usually the ones I'm like, that's my metric for I love this game. I've done it for Magic Pendule. I've done it for Legend of Mana. I love Legend of Mana. I feel like a Legend of Mana playthrough is going to happen at some point in my life on stream. Might both be one of those things too where here, I'll give you my tier list. Here we go. You ready for it? Strap the fuck in. Fallout games I've played and enjoy. Fallout New Vegas. Fallout games that I've rented once and thought was whatever. Fallout 3. Fallout games that I have not played. Everything else. I technically own Fallout 1, 2, and Tactics there's like a very brief moment where the rights were moving over. Like there was like a period of time where GOG was like, hey, the rights are moving around. So if you buy them now, they're free. And I got them. So I do have them. Yeah, but like Baldur's Gate 3 has done the same thing that happened with Divinity Original Sin 2, where I have tried to play that game to completion multiple times. And I've played it with multiple people. And it just doesn't... Like, someday I definitely will beat Baldur's Gate 3. It'll probably be in, like, 2027. I feel in my bones that's when it's most likely to happen. Deserve to follow a... I've heard the Fallout London mod is interesting, but I've also heard it requires some, like, really weird permission stuff. And I'm at that point in my life where I'm like, I don't need it that badly. I don't need to revert to older versions of the game and whatnot. I mean, my jelly bones, you know, it's fine. But yeah, it's I think some of the other Fallout games would be neat. So yeah, for me, like even Disco is kind of my thought where like I don't necessarily need a good combat system as long as like the world and the story are interesting. Like I'd probably be fine with it, really. God, I love Disco Elysium. No, that's legitimately after I play out one of my top games. But yeah, I'm still trying to think about what I'll be playing for next Tuesday. I still think on Tuesday will be Dark Forces, and so I'll go ahead and mention something now, and I'll mention something at the end of stream too. I also might just zoom out a little bit because I'm off screen. There we go. So next week will be my birthday. Yay! And unfortunately, my birthday is going to be on a day I do not stream, but the day afterwards, which will be Saturday, I will do. I don't have a huge plan, but I do think that's when I'm gonna play that Baki PS2 game. I think I'm just gonna, as considering that I've had like spent a lot of the last week straining my mental energy to do stuff. I'm cool with relaxing and playing probably some Kusoge and having a good old time from a B days. I've had, oh, thank you for happy birthday. I've had a lot of people. I've had a lot of people tell me that Outer Wilds is good. I do own it. I actually like I guess if we in theory want to keep the idea of like the Kino game going that I've been recommended multiple times, I could do Outer Wilds. Also, Matthew, thank you for giving a sub to George Chungus. That's the most Twitch name I've ever seen. Let's go. But congratulations. Hell yeah. A little bit of wood. Also like a wee bit of metal in there. Yeah, today's very much I'm applying base coat today, so going pretty good. Get a little bit of the dirt on the... Get some dirt on the base so that I can begin to move on to the music. I'm like reasonably good. I'm reasonably good at puzzles to some degree. Well, at least I am off stream. The tricky thing is the tricky thing for me, honestly, is just like the streamer debuff when it comes to doing like any game that requires big brain stuff. I mean, I've heard enough people have played Outer Wilds that they probably generally, I think I'd be fine. I don't think it'd be that big of a deal. But yeah, I don't know. I do own it. It's probably going to happen at some point. I do also really want to do the Dark Forces game because I've been in a weird Star Warsy mood. I don't know. I got options. Once again, I got all the options to play games for. At least compared to painting, though, games I usually do have to do a little bit more thinking of. As much as I would love to do just like a long JRPG autismic playthrough, I don't think that's like the easiest thing to watch as a viewer. So I usually keep those a bit more on hold, at least for right now. Be busy enough to be interesting. Yay, let's go. That's usually a good sign. I do also know too. Outer Worlds is well, the funny thing is like is Outer Worlds wacky? I know Outer Wilds is wacky. Wait, no, I'm thinking Outer Wilds. Okay. I want to do Outer Wilds, which I've heard is good. I do not want to do Outer Worlds because everything I've seen about that game makes my soul hurt. There we go. This keeps happening, god damn it. I always mix up their two names, and I don't think I'm the only one, to be fair. I'll get some dirt on there. You know, that game I'm not like super, nothing about that super really interests me. I'm also a boring old man. That's why people watch me. That sounds like an oxymoron, but it's kind of not in a weird way. There are some people that enjoy watching a older dude talk about his many goofy hobbies. And if people didn't want that, then nobody would watch me, apparently. Worlds is not Fallout in space, Moon King forever. Yeah, I mean, I've heard, like, I don't know, some of the dialogue, I'm very weak to, like, what I would consider Josh Whedon-esque dialogue. And by weak, as in, like, as soon as I hear something with that level of quippy bullshit, I usually ollie out. I was like, oh, geez, I'd love. God, that's so specific, but also accurate. Fuck yeah, let's go. But it's like, I don't know, if I hear something especially like smarmy, I immediately check the fuck out. And the little bits of Outer Worlds I saw, I'm like, oh, I'm good. No, thank you. How many people played Outer Wilds by accident? Probably. I mean, it's such a weird thing because it has to be like muddling so much. Like, I'm sure it was not like, it's definitely like the names are different enough that I do not believe any of that was intentional. But like, man, that must have fucked up so much shit by them being very similarly named. How have you banned me yet? Yeah, you've been fine. Like, okay, puns are alright. I mean, when I talk about quips, like it's in the idea of like in like a Marvel movie where like you cannot be serious for a single second. You cannot be serious for a single second. Or without having like a little tension deflating quip. And that was kind of fine when that was just his thing, or just a couple of like, I'm okay with a character doing that. I'm okay with there being a snarky character, like as a character trait. It's when you kind of extrapolate that to the rest of the cast, I'm not great. Hey, I'm glad you were a new sub. Go for it painting. I am also going for it and painting. Speaking of dumb jokes, here we go. Nice. Yeah, I did get a lot of new people coming in from the Lancer stuff. So how you doing, new Lancer people? How you doing? Rhinos are free at every Warhammer 40k tournament. I imagine like they're just like rental rhinos. Just like, yeah, I just need to pick up some. I as somebody who owns 3 rhinos in various states that have been put together, yeah, that tracks. Get like a layer on the turquoise. I'll probably do eventually. Well, you ram it fast enough. Hey, nice. Why nice that? I don't know if that was even like the correct response, even as a joke, but it's fine. Let's see. But yeah. I will probably never play Outer World. Oh, camera froze. Outer Wilds though will probably happen at some point. I don't know. Once again, I always hit that thing where I'm always just like, what do I want to do for video games? I want to do at least one a week. I think at least one a week is fair. Hey, there we go. That's how you doing, Legerman? How you doing, Vicky? How you doing? Welcome. On some Foundry stuff. Oh, Foundry is really cool. I've been enjoying Foundry tabletop quite a bit since I've been. There's still a lot. I feel like every time I use Foundry, I get better. But there's like I feel like there's so much more to learn on how to get Foundry working at like max capacity. But I'm excited. Eventually, I imagine a future where I am like a Foundry tabletop pro. and then I'm just doing all the shit. I got all the plugins I will ever need. I know how to just like instantly build a scene. Because I can kind of tell that like the upper limit of technical ability with that is going to be very impressive. How you two nerds doing though? I'm painting Rat. Rat has turned out pretty good today. It's got enough baubles that I don't feel too bad, but still got like a reasonable amount of detail, so it's gonna look good when I start doing like the grimes and stuff. I've been doing a little bit more research on like the correct ratios to do like the what's it called, the villainy inks and whatnot. It's pretty nice. I've been enjoying those. But yeah, what stuff did you end up grabbing for the Dogs of War? I do be curious. Like the little bit I've seen for some of the Dogs of War stuff seem really, really neat. As somebody who's not super fucked around with Warhammer Fantasy, but seen like occasional mentions of them as like just like all these like scattered like weird one-off mercenary units you can kind of just cram together. Oh, the Founder. Oh, okay. There we go. Well, fuck yeah. Either way, fuck yeah. Let's go. All versions of a thing called Foundry will be appreciated in this household. Give me. Supposed to ink. Huh? Huh? That feels strange. I don't know why that particular feels real weird to me. I feel like if you're stuck anywhere, canned tuna is like not the worst. It's not the worst survival food to like live off of. Like I feel like if you're stuck with nothing but SpaghettiOs, I could see when the malnutrition would begin to take hold. But like I feel like canned tuna is like not bad. I don't know. I guess if you just eat nothing but one thing for a while, shit's not gonna be great. Some real bite to it. But yeah, I don't know. It's like once again, there's a lot of Outer Worlds is a game I definitely will not play. Yeah, probably next will be Star Wars, and then also the Baki game, which I also do not expect that. You ever just use an army builder make? Every now and then. A lot of times when I do army building stuff, I do kind of restrict it to stuff I already have. Like, I know some people do the dreaming, like they're like, oh, they're at work, I got nothing going on at the moment, I'm just gonna like build a meme army. And I get that. I've done that with Magic cards a little bit, like do that kind of like deck building when I'm like deck building being bored. I know a lot of I also kind of like the kind of war games where you just pick up a list and play with like when you're at the place. Like Turnup does it that way. Malifaux kind of does that too, where you just bring your dudes, you see what scenario is going to be, and then you're like, all right, what do I got? Water the lads. Here we go. Just print proxy stuff. I mean, that would also be good too. Yeah, especially if you do have a 3D printer and you play in an area where 3D printing is friendly. Yeah, you could just be like, oh, this already seems neat, and it's actually not that expensive to get, so I'm gonna go for it. Hell yeah. I did used to do that a bit more back in the War Machine days, but like as I've moved more into Mini Painter, that does wargaming every now and then, as opposed to Wargamer that does mini painting. Oh, for mini. Oh yeah, you could do that too. Yeah, you could also just print out proxies as well. For Magic cards, especially proxy Magic cards these days are pretty reasonable like way to actually afford shit. I still do buy Magic cards. Usually though, I just get like a couple of singles. Like I'll usually just get like usually nothing that costs more than like $10. I still relatively try to keep to a budget, especially because like my group is not the most cutthroat competitive. Like we got some dudes in my group that like do like to just like really wild the fuck out, but like even then it's not too bad. We're not getting like Thassa's Oracle like turn 3 or whatever the fuck. Usually the issue right now is more something that Wizard of the Coast did, where just like every card generates infinite value, and if you remove the infinite value engines, you're an asshole, and if you don't remove the infinite value engines, you lose. So it's like Nice. I used to play Neheb, which had this similar mechanic to that Megatron, where it's like do damage, get mana, have a fun time. Again, has Yu-Gi-Oh ever stopped going downhill? I don't think I've ever seen anyone that plays Yu-Gi-Oh that is like jazzed. Like I've not heard like you know what, the Yu-Gi-Oh format's in a great place. Even from diehard Yu-Gi-Oh players, like at least for Magic, I could be like, yo, Bloomburrow was kind of a fun set. And even the sets I didn't really like had some good cards in it. Seems like every time a new Yu-Gi-Oh set comes out, it ruins everything. Yeah, I guess when your game is kind of built around the idea of just like maybe having like 2 turns possible, and it just instantly super duper spirals. Like it gets a little wild. No, you guys, so come on, friends. Ooh. Do you fucking play the like Welcome to Japari Park theme every time you do your turn? That'd be kind of fun. I was oh god, so apparently, so like for I have a Saturday tabletop group, a Sunday tabletop group. It's the group that I go to like right before I stream, which is why I don't stream at 8:30 on Sundays. I do this in like weird time slot, or 8 on Sundays. We didn't have some players show up, so we did 100% orange juice after not playing 100% orange juice in a while, and I really like that whenever you get the Normas, it fucking changes the background music to match whichever character did it. It's Winona stacks. Oh, brutal. Jesus Christ. I've played against like an untuned Winona deck, and that thing already pops the fuck off. But yeah, it's a but I am getting slight war flashbacks to that, because that deck fucked up my group hard. We had somebody's wife at the time run it, and her deck would just go to like 0 to 60 very quick with Winona. Yeah, imagine if you stacks it, it probably does make the Winona wins more consistent, but my group is very anti-stacks in a way that like if I pull out a single like Trinity Sphere, I think it's Trinity Sphere, the one that makes everything cost more, it's not that bad. If you even pull out one of those, you're gonna get complaints. Clear some of these. Look at this guy. I like it. I like how he's turned out. He's turned out pretty good. Strong build. God damn it. To be fair, I've done similar things. I did I think last time I played, I got the Zelix Brood Alter to Brood combo out, which is like whenever Zelix mills whenever opponent mills a creature card, you put a 1/1 little horrible little dude onto the battlefield. And then Alter to Brood says whenever a permanent enters the battlefield, everyone mills one. So it's not infinite per se, but like in theory, like it's possible for that loop to flub, but also like most of the time means you're going to get like a whole bunch of dudes. You're going to get a bunch of ping triggers from like impact tremors and whatnot. Are you actually running Chains of fucking Mephistopheles? In like legitimately? I mean, that's very funny if you are, but also, fuck, man. Brutal. For people who are not big on the magic, Chains of Mephistopheles is a card. It's one of those cards that if you read the actual card, it looks insane, but like the errata text is like, I think it's like if you draw a card that is not the first card you draw each turn, you have to discard a card as well. I believe that's the ruling on that. I'm very rusty on it. I would 100% need to double check on that. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's not a bad idea to have at least like one quick combo to end a game in your deck floating around somewhere. I'm down for it, but like I do know some decks that are like incredibly consistent at that, and those are the ones that seem to listen a lot groaning at my table. Took apart all my Warhammer decks. I did a Be'lakor deck at one point, and that motherfucker at 6 mana was just too expensive. I did the thing that a lot of people tried to do, where you try to clone Be'lakor a whole lot, which is a very funny thing if you know anything about Warhammer, because he's the specialest little boy ever. So having clones of him is really funny. Because every time you would have a clone, you'd trigger his ability to draw cards, and then you'd also trigger his ability to ping things for damage, and you could just do that a whole bunch. Okay, so I got everything but the mill effect. Okay. Honestly, I'm kind of glad that I had that. I could just like shoot that from the hip. Nice. Excellent. If anyone need to know how big of a fucking dork is, I knew like 2/3 of Chains of Mephistopheles off the top of my head. the game went in. Yeah, because like you do kind of get that weird thing too that if you don't have some way to win the game, you get these big like this is something you notice in a lot of kitchen table formats. Which to be fair, some people like this kind of magic, and it's like their favorite thing. And eventually, when the game power creeps at a local table level, this is something that they miss. But the idea of having these like big stupid, it's called battle cruiser magic, where the idea is that you just have everybody has a whole bunch of creatures. Nobody really plays board wipes or like anything to really close the game. So you just kind of sit there and durdle and just wait till somebody gets like a card that might win the game, or people just kind of get tired. Like I said, it's more of like a newbie thing for that to happen for everybody. Now, can that happen for like 1 or 2 decks? Yeah, sure. It's not a big deal if it happens, but a lot of newer player games tend to do that, and there's just no closers. You're actively tutoring for infants, you're a scum. I'm trying to think of the last time I did that. What's that? There's that like new meme like thing too. I'm kind of like, I don't know if I don't know if I can actually do like whenever I stretch my mouth like that, it just gets tiny. It's going. I don't do that expression very much, so it's very weird when I see it. The trade binders, let's go. I don't go to shops anymore. I go to shops, but I don't go to shops for magic reasons these days. I think at least where I am at, trading binder culture is dead. Like you don't see people I have not seen people wheel out trades very often. I think it's just now because it's pretty trivial just to buy cards online. And like a lot of times like it's not that I haven't entirely seen trade stop. I just don't see people wheeling out their binders anymore. It's ultimatum. Ooh. I mean that's a pretty ball. Yeah, I do like doing this ultimatum in a deck. No, I do have Awaken the Blood Avatar deck, which is Mardu. But I don't run it in that. Though I might change that deck soon because they released a rat that makes snails in the Bloombarrow set, and as a rat enthusiast, and I don't know if I'd say a snail enthusiast, but I like the idea of flinging a gigantic snail at my friend's face, and so I can draw a shitload of cards. I feel like that's pretty peak. Yeah, it's not necessarily worth the effort these days. Oh shit! I forgot to get the little medal on the back of this. I can get that real quick though. Take a sip as well. Yeah, Wick is really neat. I'm a sucker for those kind of new cards that when they release them, like, ooh, this seems neat. I like the ones that are just like draw all the fucking cards. Just draw every card. Just draw every card and get all the mana. Put all the lands from your hand into the battlefield. Fuck all the ones in your graveyard too. Fuck it, why not? Put your opponent's lands into the battlefield. Who gives a shit? We're a Simic commander in 2024. Enjoy the value. Yeah, a lot of Bloombarrow cards are really fun, like the Toad guy. I don't know how much of this set I'm gonna be getting. I did get my magic cards selling to go through, so now I am no longer at like I don't think I wasn't at like a money deficit, but I was definitely like I have very, very tight funds until payday. But that went through, so yay, let's go. And I do got my 3D models on the way. Still. I mean, one of them isn't going to get worked on until October. Or it won't be done till October, I believe. The other one, I continue to get some little update shots, which is pretty nice. Game within a game. Oh yeah, just like we're kind of like cascading little mini games of bullshit. This can be pretty fun, to be fair. So gotta get the little bit on the bell. Like, effectively, I can also definitely see too. I'm not contrast painting this because just like I can see a little bit of like a similar effect because I put this on pretty weakly. Like, I could definitely see these rats being real baller if you decided to do a contrast paint route. I probably will need do contrast paint for my plant rats that I mentioned. Cause fuck man, there's so many of them. There's so many. There's like people that have like some really nice step-by-step, like contrast them like this, and they'll basically look fine. And I'm like, okay, yeah, contrast, put some enamels on there for some extra depth. Have a fun time. Yeah. How are you doing, Fruit? How you doing? I am doing, so I have a vast collection of paints. This is two thin coats for the burgundy. Most of the other paints are Vallejo to some degree. Like this is Vallejo, this is Vallejo, this is Vallejo. Yeah, I have a couple of G-Dubs paints, but for the most part, outside of like a couple of very specific shades I can't get otherwise, like Warplock Bronze, my beloved. I love Warplock Bronze, even though I hate it because it comes in a bottle. I like the little pot. That's how you doing, Majide? How you doing? Oh, yeah, no. It's been a resin. If it's a resin haze, you should watch out because that's how you die of fumes, or get sick anyway. I don't know how much it takes to exactly explode, but definitely filter yourself pretty well. Also, Fruit, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the workshop. Welcome, welcome, welcome. That's all I've heard about. So, effectively, tooth and coats are in an interesting place. They generally behave pretty well for me, and they're kind of hard to find. I'm very lucky that my shop carries them. The big thing, I never got to try 10 bits, so I don't know the pure joy that is 10 bits. But the big thing that's nice for them is that they do convert 1-to-1 with Games Workshop paints. And I understand if you're a newer player or like you're following a Games Workshop guide, which I don't think you really need to do these days. I think other mini painting channels have better guides than Games Workshop does, but hello Raiders! Welcome, Evelyn DE. How you doing, everybody? Welcome. Let me shout you out. Hello, if you do not know me, I am Halbernaut the Mimic Elf. I'm a miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven variety. Let me get my keyboard out. Hello, Evelyn. Hello, a random person 19. Hello, little Dikey. Welcome. And yeah. And then a random person, thank you for the follow and welcome to the workshop. Welcome. Also, hello, Raze VT. I'm glad you guys think I'm pretty. You should see the mimic stuff. You see the mimic bullshit. And also, yeah, Raze VT, thank you for the follow and welcome to the workshop. What were you up to? You were playing Honkai Star Rail. Nice. I have not played a MiHoYo game in a while, but the designs looks pretty nice. I can see. I can get it. How you doing? Yes, like I said, I am a mimic elf, so I got a little bit of extra spice going on. Oh no, there we go. We got this activated. I gotta keep my hands in hand form, but this should be good enough. I'm glad you like it. But yeah, I'm hopefully you had the best gotcha luck and whatnot. I'm currently painting a rat. This is a Grey Seer from the Skaven type box, which I'm continuing to work on right now. And I am basically just started about an hour ago, so I'm very, very, very early in the base coating process. Yeah, I was made in a lab, and it didn't didn't work out good for me. It's fine. But yeah, everybody, if anyone also, I do a lot of mini painting of the Nurgle, Skaven, Turn of 28, Trench Crusade. Maybe Malifaux in the near future. We'll find the fuck out. If anyone has any questions about any of the mini painting I'm doing, from color choices or whatever, let me know. Yeah, I haven't played Malifaux in a while, to be fair. Robocross. I have heard of Necropolis 28. It's one of those games that seems neat, but I just haven't got that last little push. For people who don't know, Necropolis 28 is a Necromancer versus Necromancer battling game, where the benefits, the battlefields, I think, are maybe 1 foot by 1 foot. It's the idea that you're busting into somebody's crypt. You're busting into someone's crypt to fuck on them. And you two are having these, necromancy battles. And then because all your dudes are, little skeletal boys, you can revive them mid-fight. They seem very, very cool. So I'm going to do a little bit of mixing. I'm going to do probably more Barbarian Brawn and Griffin Claw to get a slightly paler base for what I want to do. But yeah, it seems like a really cool game. I have so many other projects. I have not found a good reason to do them yet. There's also that game called Thermo Odyssey or whatever, Thermo Odyssey, which I think is also a necromancy based game with cyberpunk elements that I keep hearing about. That's all I have, Martam. Pink cheese gringo. Wait, what? All day. But yeah. I do love me some niche war games. Ooh. I've also been doing more Quar printing. The guy who makes the Quar stuff released the Western Onyarans, I believe. Do that trend. I have never heard of that, but I do believe I believe you. That's probably, I know nothing about trends. So I'm willing to believe in it. But yeah, I currently got, like, those were the guys I was like, these guys are gonna be my core boys. They ride around in gigantic house tractors, and they do a lot of trading and like little entertainment and bartering, but then also launching surprise attacks and doing like cool like spy bullshit. So I got a couple of them printing out because they got the STL files released. So I would like to do a core stream at some point. They're pretty neat, honestly. Also, Martam, 001, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the workshop. That's cool. Hey, thank you. I'm glad you all like the core and my dorky little rats and whatnot. I've been enjoying this new rat set quite a bit. It's been pretty good. I'm also thinking about painting the inside of Want to know the funny story from life? Yo, please tell me your weirdo tales. Is it about like, is it directly related to me? Or is it just like your life in general? Either way, I'm curious. Tell me a tale. A new mask. Oh fuck yeah, let's go. Once again, I know my local scene has a slight carnival scene. I just not have really investigated too much. I need to print those Dino Riders out so I can run that Ostrich Rider gang and just like bring that there and just see if I even like it before I get like too deep, more or less. Don't want to really spend a whole lot of money on a game that like I don't know if I'm going to get super into. At least for that game, it's like you just like buy a crew, so that wouldn't be the worst. If I just want to buy like a couple of lads. It does seem neat. I like the idea that like apparently drowning people is a valid tactic because in Carnival it's like an alternate history Venice where a lot of it's sunk and you know there's some loose Cthulhu's and whatnot. I'm saying that in really general terms. There's just like some kind of like fish people elements and some other stuff. Yep, at 5 a.m., which means I didn't go to sleep. Oh no! Oh god! Best of luck with that. Japanese exams, fucking jeez, those. I like Japanese as a language, but like anytime I had to do any sort of testing, I would get my shit kicked in. Just because like you guys know, I have a bad memory. I've had a bad memory forever. Trying to sit down and memorize enough kanji, like sentence structure stuff is fine, but like the kanji especially was like sitting down and trying to get that like ready to go for a test was brutal. The Baptist, ooh fuck yeah, let's go. I know the funny thing is, I think a lot of this, like, as much as they do have some fucked up little horrible monster dudes, which is, like, generally up my alley, I do kind of like some of the, like, the assorted, like, mercenary-esque weirdos that's in there. I think those are kind of neat. Clowns can drown people in beer. Oh, I like that. I like that idea. I wanna have clowns that get you, like, I actually got that in, God, I got my Brewmaster crew. I need to put... I got a message from like one of the locals at my game area, and they're like, "Yo, what Malifaux crews do you got?" And I'm like, I saw that message because it came in the middle of a Lancer, and I haven't answered yet. But I was like, "What Malifaux crews do I have?" Most vile crew of all, the Vatican. Oh God damn it! It is very hard, but I see what you're doing there, you fucking goober. The kanji test fucked me up. I legitimately took a kanji only course, and that was the last Japanese course I took. It didn't help that my teacher was an asshole. Like, up until that point, I had like pretty good Japanese teachers. They were pretty fun. They were like, not like they were like super forgiving, but they were like teachers, like reasonable teachers. The last teacher I ever had was just this like hard ass dude that didn't really teach so much. He's just like, all right, you're learning this week. Memorize it. Memorize this for tomorrow. I'm like, fuck. Are you gonna like do any teaching, like any like mnemonics or like any fun activities with this? No, memorize it. And I was like, that's how you do an Esbork. They're poo. I don't. The phrase "poo monsters" worries me. So I believe you. Just troublesome. Gotta get like I can see like little bits in like the deepest, darkest folds I need to hit with the turquoise. For the most part, I seem to hit them like at least to an 8 degree. There we go. So a history coach, basically, yeah. Also, Charlie, did I say hello? If not, hello. Yeah, no, he was a real like not fun guy, and like the fact that every test was just a brutal memorization of kanji, it just legitimately destroyed me. It was very, very, very rough. Oh, okay, okay. So it's just like animated mud. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. I can see why you would call them poo monsters, but like I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I mean, war games in general are weird enough that if somebody said that like anything happened with a war game, it could happen. Like like I've already like I can already tell like I've made jokes about Wrath of Kings where I could be like, yeah, there's a unit in that game that is a thick woman with pasties wielding a gigantic sword. I think it's a sword. It might be a hammer. But those are legitimate units in that game. Also, WPM 1007. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the workshop. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing, Sasha? Welcome, welcome, welcome as well. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I would like to say I miss Wrath of Kings, but it was never truly alive. But I own the rule book and I have a lot of models, and I think they're very, very neat. For a reason. It's called Wrath of Kings. It's legitimately a very cool game. Like, in the way I like to sell it to people, it's like, imagine if the like for people, if you know War Machine the game, it's about the same scale, but it has a really cool card rolling mechanic. For like the way you do damage is you roll a d10, and depending on what little section of an enemy's card you roll on is like whether they deflect a shot, activate an ability, or you kill them or crit them super good. Also, imagine it was like Wakfu. It was like kind of like, I don't know if the game was explicitly French, but it kind of has that like French animation when you're like everything is weirdly horny and just kind of strange, but like you can dig it. That was always sort of like my takeaway. Oh, you're doing Crichton. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Enjoy your daily elf card. Oh yeah. What I do for you, buddy? Looking at parrots and I miss the stream starting. I mean, understandable. Parrots are red. I've always liked the idea of owning a pet bird, but I know that they're like, they do seem cute, but they require a lot of attention because they're very intelligent. And also, like, I don't know. Back to work. It's okay. It's enjoy your lurk, nerd. Enjoy your lurk. Let's get the little hairy bits. Yeah, the factions were like werewolves and vampires were one faction, which was pretty neat. Then you had like steampunk industrialist and pig dudes. You had people that wore demon masks that turned them into demons. That was the army where the thick ladies were at. You had a really banging underwater faction, and then you had basically China, like the dragon or whatever one that was just a very like ooh, fantasy China was probably the most boring. Not that it was bad per se, but everything else was very, very neat. And then you just get to them and you're like, oh yeah, no, I know, I've seen this before. Oh yeah, they got pig dudes. I got some in my closet actually. Give me a sec. I can pull out the pig dudes. I have an entire House Technus army that I got on eBay for like $20 like 10 years ago. It's all good, Asbork. Have yourself a good sleep and take it easy. I can only keep pets with less brain cells. Real. That leaves me with snakes, and that's it. How do you get a picture of me? You fucking dork. But yeah, let me grab the pig. I also want to adjust the. I'm at that time where I'm at that like the weather now where it's just that like I can never reach that Goldilocks zone, so I'm just continuously bouncing between AC too much, AC not enough. There we go. Yeah, let me grab the pig real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna grab pig. My body to grab. Oh. Oh. Why did I put these? Okay. Alright, so a lot of pigs are prime black, so I grabbed the fine assortment of House Technus models. Because I have them. Fuck it, why not? Alright, here we go. So, God, when did I do this paint job? It's so bad. It's not done, but like the... God, why is its legs so shiny? So here's one of the pig models. Here's one of the pig models. You got these like two big swords. Looks pretty neat, but like... Oh God, I need to strip the paint from this guy. When the fuck did I paint this? Yeah, this is definitely like when I still used lead belcher. So this is a 32mm base. The Technus army I got did not come with bases, so I had to just buy some on eBay. Usually they have like a... They do that weird thing where they have the base with the dip in it. I'm not a big fan of the dip bases. No, this is plastic. These are just all plastic, so... He's bendy. Got that guy. Then we got, I got this motherfucker, which is like the big... like hero unit thing, which is just oh, that's like battle damage. I bought a lot of these used, and some of them were not put together super well. This guy's still pretty cool though. I actually like this is a pretty legit sculpt. He actually would be the worst to paint. It's just mostly metal. Yeah, there we go. I did get the bull guy. I have some House Goritzi and Goritzi. Goritzi. I imagine that's how you pronounce it. House Goritzi, and then also Nasir. I have like a couple. I got like the starter box and some expansion box. My House Technus stuff is probably like the one that is like straight up like a complete army with like little unit attachments. I got this dude who has nipple clamps. So, like he straight up got like pins on his nipples, and I don't entirely know what led to that decision. This is like I feel like the nipple clamps are a very European thing. Like I feel like this is like a French humor thing. This is why I still believe that this game's probably was like made by the French to some degree. I also got this guy, which is effectively they're the settings versions of gnomes are these just big-headed little weirdos, and he's riding a purple rabbit thing. I legitimately have no idea what's going on here. I bring one more, and yeah, here's one of the human dudes. Oh, sad, I'm Sailor Dracula. Unironically, yeah. This is one of like the little bosses. Like, see, this is the base they come with, and I think these little stoppers are from a Kickstarter bonus goal. This was a like reasonably successful Kickstarter game, but then once again, what Cool Mini, not what Cool Mini DAO, what Mini DAOs talk about, where Cool Mini or not, tends to let games die. Because, hey, it turns out if you do a good Kickstarter run, you still got to support the war game and like get it in stores, or else no one will be able to play it. So it died young. I don't know if they've actually like there's still a website up. I think it's one of those things that I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they never formally said this is dead, Jim. They're just like, it's Yeah, it's still alive. Have we done anything with it? No. Can you buy it in stores? No. But yeah, whatever. I could see them doing it for inserts. I know, because like Privateer Press and Malifaux bases are also kind of rounded in a similar way, but I don't think that those are made for inserts. I could see these ones being so. But yeah, because the inserts, I do not have any. I guess I could 3D print some inserts and put them in the bases, but like I said, for my House Technus stuff, I just have generic bases you can buy on eBay, because dear lord, I do not know how to find shit otherwise for them. Doctors, not miracle workers. Not that. Yeah, they are very deep. I'm not a big fan. I like a pretty standardized base. A lot of my basing. Then again, I also have a weird thing where I like having this divot that I can put magnets into. Like whenever I see like this is more like a historical thing. When you see the historical memes with the flat bases, those bug the shit out of me. I'm like, how do you transport those? And usually the answer is like this shoebox I have. I'm like, no. I think they're just called like line workers or something. But the actual house is called House Technus, like Teknes. I'm fairly certain I'm botching the pronunciation, but it's not like they got a guide for that shit, because once again, this game is dead as all hell. But yeah. There's so apparently there's also a game that might be played where I'm at called Relic Blade. I know somebody's looking for people to play Relic Blade with them, and apparently Relic Blade has a pig army. Now I think they're supposed to be more like War Machine pigs, where they're kind of like weird feral little creatures. like a little bit of the robe that's kind of busted. It's got fur coming out, so I'm trying to figure out like where that is roughly. But yeah. So like maybe I might repurpose some of my pigs for that. I don't. So Relic Blade's made by the guy who did Sludge, and I do like Sludge quite a bit. So I'm like reasonably optimistic that it's a good war game, but I haven't really. Other than like effectively it looked like it's a war game trying to simulate a D&D party where you got like a group of like 5 adventurers and you buy like potions and stuff like that. War Machine by Sabbath. I see what you're doing there, nerd. But yeah, the War Machine had the Pharaoh, which were just kind of like like feral swamp pig dudes. They were very cool. I did like them. You kind of ran them as mercenaries if you're running like the Hordes armies, but Legion of Everblood is also like. It was the worst thing. So, like, the thing about Hordes is, like, yeah, they're, like, all weirdos that kind of do their own thing, and a lot of them are kind of, like, suspicious. But, like, because of this, it was really weird to get allies allied into your stuff. Because, like, no one, like, the overlap between those were just kind of weird. So it's like, yeah. Like, Circle could get allies, and Trollkin could get allies a lot of the time, but, good fucking luck if you're Everblight or Scorn. Like, there's a couple that you could do. There's like a couple of allies you could do. But overall, it's pretty lackluster. I don't know, maybe a bit like, I don't know. I've been thinking like a little bit more about War Machine lately, especially now that Steamforged Games have bought them. I want to see what that new. They're doing that plastic starter kit, and like I'm very curious because I would like that plastic starter kit to be good. Dude, I get this whole ass book. What color do I want the book to be? I feel like a darker red. Yeah, let's do that burnt red. Let's do burnt red from Proacral in the book. Kind of keep roughly that like. I actually do like this color combo a lot. I was just like looking at like the stock because like I typically do my own schemes, but I also like to look at like what the defaults are, just generally what people do stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, no, this is like a kind of the canon scheme, like turquoise and burgundy, and I was like, I was already using turquoise robes for some of the other dudes, so like why not? I get it. Like maybe I might try to apply that to some like the warp block engineer and whatnot. That's kind of a fun thing about a Skaven army is you can kind of just do whatever on a per character basis because everything is so just kind of slapdash and chaotic. It's like, fuck it. This guy's in the same army as this guy. They're dressed in wildly different colors. As long as everything looks kind of tattered and ragged and whatnot, you'll be fine. Just neat because I think definitely did like my Skaven army between the what's it called Skaven Timbers. Yeah, during the Skaven Timber thing from way back in the day. Like that basically meant that all my clan rats are just like wildly different colors. And then I think I've done like, I have some red Storm Fiends and I got some green Storm Fiends. And then I got let's look at the Rat Ogres too. I don't know when I'm going to be doing them. Like the Rattling Gun, I think I need to do a little bit off stream. But yeah, look at these guys. Look at these chunky fucks. I really like them. I really like the Rat Ogres. I only got 2 out of the 3 built. Like, maybe I might work on them next week, because the warp, like, the blaster cannon thing. I need to do a little bit of extra stuff. Fuck, you see. The punishment is never ending. Pain, agony, even. But yeah, I still have a couple of Storm Fiends as well. I like the Rat Ogres for me. These new ones kind of hit the same vibe of the Storm Fiends, but because they're smaller and they're less cluttered, I find them kind of nicer to work with. Like Storm Fiends have a good design, but they just have like for painting their agony, just because they're just layers and layers and layers. How you doing, Shadow? How you doing? Welcome. I'm currently painting rats, as one does, as one is wont to do in this world. And have been having a good time, honestly. Today, it got myself 15 Union Pig. Oh, wait, did you just pick them up now? I mean, to be fair, though. Be sure. Hey, I got a request. To be fair, yeah, they probably were pretty cheap. Oh, it's almost puddle. Fucking dork. But, yeah, I have to imagine getting Wrath of King's Mauls even these days are pretty cheap. So, like, those could be, like, like 2 units of turnip brutes, probably. If you really wanted them to. Like, there's like a couple of other, like, there's a couple of like official STLs from Turnip that have like a whole bunch of pigs, which is something I was kind of thinking about maybe bringing out some of my Malifaux pig, because I do got the pig dudes. I got the couple of mods from that Malifaux pig army, which is God, what's his name? There's a Malifaux pig goblin, and he's got a bunch of pigs with him. I cannot remember the dude's name for the life of me, but I do have him. A whole unit of pewter boars. Ooh, fuck yeah, let's go. Yeah, you could run them as fodder as well. I kind of like that. Like, it's like, God, Turp's so flexible in like a really good way. What's got this like loose stripe, and I think that's part of his. Oh, that's part of the robe. Okay. This red might be a little brighter than I was hoping for. I could just layer a burnt red on top of it though to kind of dial it back a bit. It's fine. It's fine. Of course, I have so many. I got a lot of like hitting these other layers and stuff like that. Got the fucking the little pop up of just like, oh yeah, you should. I mean, you should check out those nerds. Once again, very very nice nerds. I had a fun time with them. But yeah, you could definitely do a turnip pig army. And I was thinking about maybe if I got, once again, layer, pain. Let's water real quick. But yeah, I feel like with Bayou, the gremlin to turnip kind of like overlap is pretty high. So like, I might do that as a way. I'm kind of at that point where I don't need a lot of extra turnip stuff. How you doing, Dashwood? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? Oh. Super close. Let's go. One more. Let's fucking go. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. I mean, lopers, you just gotta really attach like skewer sticks to the legs or something. Like I guess what is your what is the thing holding up the lopers? It's just like the idea or the mechanics? Yeah, I think all you guys gotta do is get these like hold on. Like I think you could use popsicle sticks. But here's what I think you like you can get these like big skewer sticks that are just straight up like it's like really cheap. These ones are reasonably thick, but you can get them kind of thinner. I would give you like a good basis for like the long leg stuff, more or less. Hey Dash, you'll be able to get that on Tuesday. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. It's always nice seeing people finally get the magic number. So how you doing, Ramnor? Welcome, Uncle Ascended. Yes, it's me. This is what happens when you hit the top of your echelon ladder. You become the most advanced uncle. I should do that, honestly. I wonder if there's still like a lot of like Homestuck fan content templates from way back in the day. Like one of those like fill out your Homestuck character sheet, like I am the X of Y. My planet is the X and Y of blank. Why am I also scooting to the side? My tail's gonna get cut off. Oh god, all the new rats are fantastic, and I am financially never going to recover. I think realistically what I'm going to do is probably stick with the big guy, like the big vermin lord sort of dealio. And maybe the smaller ones, like, I might pick up later. Because, like, the other ones are pretty cool. And if I find out later that I need one, they will still be there. So I'm also thinking potentially that I might try to, like, unless I get, like, a decent amount of rats painted, I'm thinking, like, all the rats that are, like, the important rats in the Skaven type box. Like Grey Seer, the Rat Blaster, the Rat Ogres, Claw Lord. I think if I could get them, I would reasonably be like... Because like Clan Rats, I could just kind of take over. I could just do at my leisure. Like, those are just going to be like a long project. But like, I don't want this box to sit for too long without stuff being done for them. There we go. 80 Clanet, yeah. Yeah, speed painting. We both got a speed paint or we'll never get done with them. But I also got some stuff for the Stormcast too. So people have been making helmets for Trench Crusade stuff for like the Iron Capriote, like the helmets that the Trench Crusade people wear, like the Trench Pilgrims, sorry, to keep the demons out of their brains. And I print out a bunch of. I think I'm gonna try to use them for the Stormcast, like the anything that's not the grunts. I think the grunts will still use the from my desk. I think for the grunts I'll still use like the gladiator helms. I've also got this printed out recently. It's a picnic table. I got this for free from a free trial for a tribe on my mini factory. I'm currently printing out the remaining bit of this. It goes like this. I don't know what's the formal way this goes. I just want to have like a big terrain piece. That is just a meal. A succulent turnip meal. It's so kind of weird, like that. Like, I'm glad people were sad when the succulent Chinese meal died. It's kind of weird though, because it's one of those things like I don't have a personal connection to him, but it's like, huh, that's a shame. I think he's kind of on the older side though, so. He got all the best things in life and on. Then souls will be immortalized forever. Maybe forever, I don't know. The turnover on memes is so weird these days. Is I don't know how like some memes persist. Like you still got people making like Sans Undertale jokes sometimes. Oh, I got. Oh, if we're talking about dumb memes that like persist in my brain, hold on. There's this image. There's this fucking magic card. God damn it. Like this edit to this card has caused me untold amounts of mental damage. Like this, the normal card is called like Zapottle, the like primal whatever, but like somebody did this, the 1-800 Are You Flappin'? And hello Theo, welcome everybody, welcome. If you do not know me, I am Hubbernaut the Mimic Elf. I'm a miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven variety. Let me go ahead and move over this. Let me get you shouted out. What have you been up to? Guessing tabletop or Final Fantasy 14? Oh fuck, I didn't call it right. Code Vein, the bonus option that I... There you go. There we go. Nice. How has the Code Vein been doing? I played a tiny bit of Code Vein when it was new. And when I was a Vroid streaming way back when. Hey, how'd it go? I was showing everybody 1-800 Are You Flappin'? This is a joke that I make to people that don't know magic things. And it confuses them because there's no way that they could ever have context for 1-800 Are You Flappin'? It doesn't make sense for there to be context for it. So they just stare blankly at me and I don't know, like they're not wrong. They are in the right when I bring up 1-800 Are You Flappin'? They are objectively correct to be confused. But I can't stop. I love it. I love it so much. But yeah, today we're painting a Grey Seer. Mostly just trying to get a initial pass of paints in a bunch of different areas. Brand side quest. Ooh, fuck yeah, let's go. Oh, they make you fight like 2 bosses in a row. That's fucking brutal. I don't remember how far I got in it. It was not very far though. My experience with Code Vein is I made a cute brown tomboy. I played a little bit, and I was like, I'm not gonna stream this anymore. Also, that was back when my PC was bad. Like my PC was just not great, so I played it on the PS4, and actually hooking up the PS4 for streaming purposes was a pain in the ass. I call it pick up break. Yeah, valid. Even I do that sometimes. It's just the thing. I feel like with Chris Chan, it's easier for people to have some context. 1-800 Are You Flappin' is just like a weird esoteric series of steps that like your average person would never even get close to. It's fine though. It's the layer on the little fabric and stuff. I also need to figure out what color I want to do for the little like ropey bits. But yes. I'm glad you sounds like you were progressing through the game pretty well. That's nice. What do I want to do with you? I need rope. I could. It does tend to go on sale a lot, so it wouldn't be the worst. So I don't know. I feel like if I'm gonna play a Soulsborne game, no, I don't know. Like I don't know if I had to do a Soulsborne game. Excuse me, is no great feed. Also valid, valid. Like I don't like. I know people generally like watching. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know if like a lot of people stream Soulsborne games. They're generally good. Like they're fun games. People do seem to also watch them, but also a lot of people just play them because like they're just fun games to do. I don't know if it's like I don't know if it's if the viewers being held hostage by them or not. I don't know. Maybe I'll just go way back to the beginning and play Kingsfield. Which I've heard is like clunky as shit, but I'm a little curious. If you ever do find your Goritsu stuff, you should feel free to post it in the Discord because that'd be rad. Maybe one day I could paint some Wrath of King stuff. Probably not the thick bitches, but I do actually like the I know they kind of take up when I mention House Nasir, I talk about the thick ladies a lot, but their default swordsman units are really cool. They are these like cool like warriors with these like bright red gigantic masks. They're really neat. Some mouse mod patches. Ah, gotcha. I mean, I've done something kind of similar. When I played Armored Core 1, I didn't mod it for mouse look, but I did like tweak I did tweak the controls with my magical PlayStation in order to do like a mouse look like up and down equivalent by using joysticks. Because otherwise, I mean, that game is hard enough, to be fair. Yeah, backseaters are always kind of a thing too. Luckily, unluckily, I know a lot of friends that a lot of backseaters also typically really target like female VTubers. I think they get the backseat a lot worse, and that sounds brutal. Sounds rough. And they're like, please, I just want to play. Apparently, Monster Hunter has a wild community of backseaters. I don't know exactly what they're doing. I imagine they're saying like, hey, your build's wrong. Why aren't you using this gem? Fight Fatalis. I want to see you fight Fatalis. Why are you doing this other stuff? Fight Fatalis. I imagine it's probably something like that, you know. Whole collection of the rulebook. Ooh, nice. Oh yeah. My rulebook, I have a dedicated shelf. I have a dedicated like shelf for like war games and it's both war games and like comics and manga because like my war games don't take that many shelves. Also true, yeah. I don't know what's the hot one to shit on these days. Probably still Rise, because I know a lot of people came into the franchise with World, which is why they're excited for Wilds because it's just World 2. And like I didn't even get super far with Rise, but at that point I kind of got burnt out on Monster Hunter a little bit. Well, it's kind of okay. It's a bit of both. It's like getting burnt out on Monster Hunter and also realizing that a lot of my fun of Monster Hunter is playing with a dedicated group of people, and I just don't do that anymore. Rice is excellent. Yeah, I do eat a lot of rice, to be fair. But like prior to being a VTuber, I would play with the lads. Like whenever a new Monster Hunter came out, we would just play that basically every day for a while. And I don't really got that type of time for stuff. Also, how you doing, Fred? Welcome. So if I'm doing that and then playing it solo, I definitely like. I can do it. I've played Monster Hunter solo in the past. Not my favorite thing to do. They're definitely in that realm of like I need to play these with like a dedicated group to keep my interest. If not, I will just drop it. I think I've done that a couple of times with. I also do miss a couple of other things from older games. Like I'm not a big fan of like the gimmicks like the fucking clutch claws and whatnot. Not the biggest fan. How you doing, Mevko? Welcome. How you doing? I'm painting rat. How do be things? I'm about an hour and 40 minutes into the rat, so he's got like a good colors on him. Far from finished, but like he's actually like, hey, you can kind of tell how this is gonna look, and I'm actually pretty excited. This is looking pretty rad. What do I want to do? I need to find a fabric color. Actually, no, fuck it. I'm not even really using the burgundy a whole lot on this bad boy. Like, let's make the fabric also burgundy. Yeah, okay, that was a good choice. Drawing. Oh well, what you drawing? What you drawing? I am curious. Is it a certain bear-shaped object slash creature, or are you doing something else? I'm just guessing from the emotes. but but yeah, I don't know. Monster Hunter, yeah, even Rise, because I just never got a group set up for it, which is why I just didn't play a whole lot of it. Eh, I had a fun time. Dog, what side? Oh, fuck yeah, let's go. That sounds pretty rad. That sounds very rad. Fuck yeah. Played a Sonic game in a while too. Then again, I'm also one of those people that the only Sonic game they enjoy is Sonic Adventure 2. And like I think I played some of the classic Sonic games and they're fine, but for me, a lot of the Sonic enjoyment came from Chow. Though there is that game. Supposedly on Steam, there is a game that is like, hey, we really like Chow, so we just remade it. Like we just remade Chow with hookers and blackjack because Sega won't. And I think I got it bookmarked somewhere and I haven't played it yet. It's really, because it was iconic, and also because I was a GameCube baby for a lot of my video gaming career, like when I was younger. Like, the N64 was my first console, but I think the GameCube was the one that really, really, really got me deep. Like, I was still playing, like, all the N64 grades pretty heavily, don't get me wrong. But GameCube was, like, a whole other thing. He's got, like, a little chaining. Figure out away from that. Yeah. I will say, as somebody who like, so I've basically found it in isolation. Like I was not led, like I'm not trying to pull like a hipster card thing. It's more like in the same way I feel about Kung Pao, where that was something I enjoyed when I was younger, and I was like, this is pretty cool. And then I got on the greater internet, and people were like, this is a phenomenon. I'm like, what? that goofy thing I liked is huge. I mean, I knew Sonic was like a thing, but like. There's a difference growing up knowing that like Sonic is the rival to Mario in like kind of like fan base stuff, and then seeing what DeviantArt people do to Sonic on a regular basis. Very, very different thing. Ooh. Luckily, I feel like with Sonic, you could probably have a JP copy that you could like play, but yeah, trying to do all the like menus and any of the story and dialogue must have been fucking lost on you. I have seen Kung Fury, and it was like, I enjoyed it, but for me, like, it was a good movie, but it didn't change my brain chemistry like Kung Pao did. Yeah, that legitimately finding a game at random from a Blockbuster, or like I lived in a region where Blockbusters were not super common. We had Family Video. It was like Blockbuster, but smaller. See if you want to dip your toe. I think I got that bookmark somewhere as well. I don't know. It's kind of lower on the list right now. The games I'm probably going to stream, like I said, maybe still Jedi, like the Jedi Academy, Dark Forces, whatever. The funny thing, it's like not that I was like, because the thing with that though is like there was a remaster of Dark Forces, so I was like, okay, I want to see generally remasters, like Night Dive remasters are generally like reasonably well liked. But I was like, I want to see what the changes are to see if it's worth like picking up that one, and also like as somebody who likes me some crunch shield graphics, like would I be losing a lot if I went that route? And it seems like for the most part, it's got a lot of cool features. It feels like well, Abe is being chased. Yeah, that sounds about right. Sonic's tone issues are basically like an entire like thing that I love. It's just like. They're like, yup, I'm Big the Cat. And then you just see the embodiment of chaos just getting ready to like swallow the planet. And you're like, what the fuck are you doing? For me, the tonal whiplash of Sonic is one of my favorite things. Also, sorry, I missed earlier about playing Shadow the Hedgehog to 100%. I'm not gonna judge you for that. That just sounds painful though. That's like I played a little bit of it. John said with drunk as shit for that role. You gotta be drunk for that role, to be fair. How you doing, Rusted? Welcome. How you doing? Yeah, you're definitely getting there. I'm gonna judge you though. Why? Yes. Why are you judging me? About Sonic Tone or something else? Well, the ropes are gonna need some more attention later. Like occasionally, like itty bitty little bits in here. I'm gonna need a tweak. horribly lost. Oh god, yeah, because like if you're going on verbal cues, that's just not going to exist in the Japanese version. Oh, sorry, my bad. Oh, that's 100% my bad. Sorry, I got lost in the flow. So I'm saying that because for a joke, I decided to stream Shadow the Hedgehog, and god, that was painful. Like the thing is, I feel like the ideas that Shadow the Hedgehog was trying to go for in terms of being a kind of like neat, non-linear, like, hey, you got different routes, and depending on your choices, doing your different choices will give you different routes, and that could trigger different endings. I think the idea sounds cool. I just remember doing the last stages, and they're like, yeah, kill 120 Scrimblows. I'm like, god damn it. And like, I would go through the stage, miss one somehow, have to go through the stage again to find the one Scrimblow that I missed, like a secret jump that would take you to a corner so you could bop them. Like, was there legitimately I mean, I feel like once again, katanas are the kind of nerd fringe kino you need for something like that. Like you absolutely need katanas. You got to. If not, like what's the point? On there. Yeah, all right, so this is gonna be weird, but I'm gonna be painting a lot of the stuff that's going to glow white, as per my funny YouTube tutorials. I keep saying. I'm also really curious. This guy, he must be using like white inks because the way his white flows. Like I'm using the Pro Acryl White, which is like the gold standard of like a lot of white. Not sticking. There we go. Gets the Warpstone token. Which is funny because I think previously when I painted my rats, I was like, this is just some weird triangle jewelry, and not realizing I'm pretty sure these are supposed to be little Warpstone bits. Or maybe they are just supposed to be triangle jewelry, and people just paint them like Warpstone. Either way, I think taking them like Warpstone will be fun. Yeah, I do got some white ink. I like white ink for stuff. I think he uses it for like, if you like, I'm not going to do it specifically on this weapon, but like if you have a weapon with inset runes, you can kind of just leak that in there. You can just kind of like put the ink on your brush and it will flow naturally. I haven't tried using inks as like painting directly on top of stuff. Like if I was just a painting ink. I do have white ink. I just don't know where the fuck that's at. How you doing, Phaedros? Welcome. Yeah, do be rat painting today. It's been going really, really good. I like today's like once again I consider myself a slow painter. Today's been really, really baller on just progress. Get this out of what's happening here. Why is my white being like that? You don't notice probably some. Yeah, that sounds like a safe bet. We're just on dial up when Shadow came out. Oh god. Yeah, that's also true as well. Like there is a kind of nostalgic feeling. Like I don't know life games anymore, and I like, you know, the like, I'm not trying to be mean when I say no life. I've seen people refer to that just like, yeah, like what are you gonna do? I don't know. I got this long ass game. I got this game that is gonna be like 80 hours, and I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna replay it like 8 times, or like it's like a multiplayer game that you're just gonna make that your life for a little bit. What's it called? I tried the original beta for Speed Freaks like way back when it was first announced. It's probably much better. At the time, I was just like, this is fine. Like the idea seemed neat, but then when I actually played it, like after the joy of finding out that you can play as a grot tank kind of wore off, I'm like, this is just kind of a elaborate capture the flag thing. So I don't know if I've actually watched a full Shindig stream. I think the guy does some really cool inspirational stuff with like his usage of Sammy, and also he has like, I think he also does like a really good public service for shouting out VTubers that do really cool tech things on his Twitter. And like, this isn't a dig against the dude himself. He does really cool interactive streams, but usually the kind of viewers that do those on his are just like, chicken nuggies, shit your pants, chicken nuggies, papega. And like, that is kind of annoying. So I'm gonna say, dude is a fucking wizard at tech stuff, and this seems like a cool guy. I'm not a big fan of the way his audience uses his tech, I guess. How you doing, Chungus? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's been going good. This guy was initially not painted at all when I started this up. And hello, buddy, how you doing? Yeah. Same thing. This guy has been very, very, very we've gone from, I literally primed them maybe about 3 hours before stream. God, yeah. So I bought Sonic Heroes hoping it was just going to be like more Sonic Adventure 2. Like I knew about the hero like team gimmick, but I was like, maybe this will be good. Like I would struggle to say Sonic Adventure 2 is a good game, even though I played a lot of it and liked it. It's a very cheesy, broken. I feel like Sonic Adventure 2 is basically the exact same thing as a B movie. Like I think Sonic Adventure 2 hits the same marks and also has a good pet raising sim tied to it. Yeah, Doc, exactly. That kind of like the way I mentioned previously, I used to play KOTOR that way, where it's like I just straight up just like, fuck it. We play in this game all night, and I do not give a single solitary fuck about anything else going on at the moment. Ah, gotcha. That does explain a lot about the mimic mode. It was fun to do, especially after the lizards came out, though. I usually turn it off because it's like a little bit disruptive, but I think that was a good use that time. So good call on that. Good call on that. I feel like most people did, but like, I also remember Sonic. Like, what's that new Sonic that came out? And like, I've heard people that are like, this is actually like a good game, guys. But the thing is, like, people who said that were Sonic fans, and I don't trust them. I don't trust Sonic people. No, I trust them for like being a person, but when it comes to like, hey, is this a good Sonic game? You can't. You absolutely cannot. You cannot. Not that they're liars, is that they have been broken by that franchise. they have been broken by that franchise, and I wish them the best. I don't think Sonic fans should be allowed to vote. Halbernock 2024. They're allowed to vote. I'm just saying, like, their thoughts on video games are not something I would consider, like, well, not video games, just Sonic in particular. I'm probably biased the same way about, like, those, like, weird claymation games where it's, like, other people will be like, yeah, check out this weird little claymation games, it's fine. And then they're like, what the fuck is this? This game is hurting my brain. What are you doing? What is this? And, like, this is fun. It like a little bit too much by low effect. What do you get the gray on the Grey Seer? Oh, this is just neutral gray from Vallejo. This is just neutral gray from Vallejo. I'm probably going to eventually highlight it with like a lighter gray. This is just very much the IM base coating stage. Around there. I do want him to be glowing out the mouth. Basically anything made by this guy called Jack King Spooner. He's a Scottish guy that does deeply personal but very interesting claymation video games. Which I'm very... Yeah, the Judero guy. Listen. Every time I stream any of his games, everybody's like, how my brain hurts while you doing this. I will be streaming Judero. I will absolutely stream Judero. Because it seems rad as shit, and I'm here for it. But yeah, like, I did, when it comes to his games, like Doc Irving, have you played any of his other games? I'm assuming you probably have, but if not, I've done, it does seem like it's reasonably accessible. My first game from his that I did was, Pattern Circus, Sluggish Morris Pattern Circus, which is a non-linear, time-traveling, dream-based game told out of order that randomizes, and it is fucking bizarre and nigh incomprehensible. I feel like it's like, I enjoyed it, and I kind of want to go back just to digest it a bit more and really get a good feel. But everybody's like, how all the colors and sounds are hurting my brain. Please stop. Don't trust Hal, exactly. It's me. Oh, God, Terry. So I did actually stream Seaman. I did stream Seaman. Here's what happened. I don't know exactly. I didn't figure out. Yeah, he's got... I want to do the glow effect. So right now I'm just giving him like really, really bright mouth stuff. But initially what I was trying to do is, yeah, Dejana, I did that. Oh, okay, let me finish up the thought of Seaman first. I was doing Seaman as like a little side game while I was doing other games. But at some point, apparently, Seaman was supposed to instruct me on how to feed him for the next stage when they would like to feed the Seaman bugs. You're supposed to like move from fish to feed them bugs, and that step just never triggered, so they just starved and died. And I was like, God damn it. So I did Dejana, which is a really, really cool game about like loss and like what death and whatnot. It is also a game where there is a movie theater in the game where you can watch a video where Jack King Spooner himself does a short film about a guy who's obsessed with a blow-up doll. And there's also a mini game in that game that I could not play because I forget exactly what it was called, but it was something to the degree of, is this an asshole or is this a pie? And I didn't want to get banned from Twitch because I showed a dude's asshole from a video game. So maybe it's a joke and all of them were pies. I can't risk it. I cannot risk it. I cannot risk my stream on the possibility of seeing Jack King Spooner's asshole. I just can't. It's just chocolate. It's just chocolate's fine. I'm not opposed to redoing Seaman, actually. I would need to get the setup rebuilt again. Is that something like, I know some VTubers that do a lot of art streams will do like Stream Raiders or whatever. Being able to do Seaman in the middle of it, that might be kind of fun. That might generally be kind of fun. So I might try to redo it at some point. I would need to rebuild my setup. Oh. He looks so weird right now with the white, but like once I begin once I begin doing the airbrushing the glow, do I want to paint on the glow? I don't know. On one hand, I need to get better at airbrushing, and glow effects are done really, really well with an airbrush because you just like, you do what I do at the moment, but then I have the tricky thing is then I have to get incredibly precise, and it's like, do I want to get to the stage, and then do I want to do that? Like, do I want to get to the stage and then just fucking blow it? I don't know. I could also just dry brush some white on the extra areas and call it a day. That might be potentially good. XQC. He's the... I don't know XQC too well, honestly. I was thinking, I was trying to remember who that guy was, and I was just like, no wait, that's Asmogold. And I only know Asmogold is the guy that complains about everything forever. I'm sure somebody watches his content, and that's fine, but like every time I see an Asmogold thing, it's just him being the saddest bitch baby I've ever seen about everything. I don't think that man knows joy. I think I have a glow-in-the-dark paint. I just don't think it works super well for what I was trying to do. I too enjoy. Yeah, I didn't change I forgot to change the bot from the Lancer collab, so that's just going to be on for the rest of the stream. Hey, if you would like to check out my sponsor or my the link is there. There we go. That's where it's somewhere down there. So, I mean, see, I don't know. I once again, maybe it's because I hyper curate my Twitter. I don't deal with a lot of Twitter bullshit. I also don't use the For Me page though. If you use the For Me page for your Twitter, you're asking to get stuff that's going to make you sad. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, I know. I mean, I know React streams do very well, and like I'm not entirely guiltless for that. I've done like, hey, let's read an old issue of Dragon magazine, which functionally is a React stream, but I do enjoy those every now and then when I get to do them. They're very chill. I don't know. I think the same thing about Notch. The man has $1 billion and is just sad. I guess he's building a game now, so good for him. But like, if I had a bill, which maybe this is why I don't have $1 billion, because I'm not the kind of person that would like accumulate $1 billion. I just think about all the projects I would fund. I would just find people that do cool shit. I'm like, here's $10 million, make the dream real. Because at that point, you're not expecting a return on your investment. And like, maybe you could be like, hey, if you do well, send some money back just so you can keep the money train going. Like, I don't know. I literally don't know. Also, doesn't Doesn't XQC also live in like a fucking like damn bitch you live like the like bug hellhole? Or that could be memes to be fair. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the guy a huge amount. It's just that when I see enough consistently like everything sucks. I hate Final Fantasy 14. I hate WoW. I hate video games. I hate my job. I hate my life. Like, comment, subscribe. I also don't know what he sounds like, to be honest. Yeah, it's just like some of the... It seems like some of the glow-in-the-dark paints seem pretty legit. I don't think I really have a strong desire to fuck with them too much, just because their use is going to be pretty niche. Yeah. Absolute ghost, yeah. Oh, 100%. You always want a manga. Oh, I want that one. Never have to work over again. It would be great. It would be like, I don't know. It's like one of those things. I don't try to dwell too much on the like, what would I do if I had $1 million? Because it's just like a... I don't think daydreaming's bad, but there's a certain type where it's just like, it's just a elaborate form of making yourself feel sad. So... But yeah, I do think it's kind of like, I don't know. And it's not like there aren't people with a lot of money that do cool shit with it. Like, from what I understand, the, like, I haven't really read a whole lot of his books, but like the guy that does like the Mistborn and like the Stormlight Archive, Brian Sanderson, from what I understand, the guy makes enough money from his book sales that he's like putting it into like the TRPGs and stuff, because apparently he just doesn't give a shit about like making $1 gazillion, which is nice. I would like to have my own house. I do like the idea of like having like a really cool, like big, like for me, the ideal celebrity home is Guillermo del Toro's. There was maybe it was Cribs, I don't know, but there was a Guillermo del Toro did a tour of his house, and he just looks like what my house would look like if I had $1 bajillion. Also, Majora's Mask guy, thank you for the sub on YouTube. Thank you. I will say somebody who rents though owning a home would be pretty baller. I just don't see I don't see that happening until I like... I think I would need to settle down because I would need a dual income household to afford a house, I think. I'm as a bachelor, I'm purely in that like enough to sustain myself and enjoy my hobbies and whatnot. I will never own a house. He's smoke bad. Oh, I would. I thought you did an iron. Oh, when you get wrecked and you call someone poor, like that's like, oh, you are just like a salty bitch. Oh, like it's like there's different ways you could lose. You can lose gracefully in a tournament. You could be like well met, or like you could even legitimately. I would rather people be like, if you played a cheap build, like that's very silly. Yeah, Shinzo Abe, the ghost of him still follows us everywhere. But yeah, no, it's with a single salary for what I do for the guild, I'm not getting own a house money. I'm firmly in rent a house money, which isn't the worst. Which isn't the worst. Like I said, I live a pretty like existence compared to a lot of VTubers because I'm not a NEET and I pay my own bills and shit, which is kind of rare. You're doing good? Fuck yeah. I'm currently doing pretty good painting this bad boy. Really digging that fucking turquoise and burgundy combo. I'm currently putting white paint on the rats because I want them to glow. Eventually these rats will glow. I think right now there's just like this white is beginning to superfy a little bit. So I'm gonna have to like deal with that. That's fine. Chase my own tail. Yeah, that's true. Essentially the same as owning a home. Yes and no. It's a bit more... Well, the big thing too is like so recently my landlord replaced all the shingles on my house because we've been getting hit by like hurricane bullshit, and he wanted to make sure that like the house was secure before that. So on one hand the rent would be the same, but those are the kind of expenses that make owning a home expensive, really. Is that like or another time, speaking of the same house, that like my house isn't bad, it's just that like homes have problems every now and then. That's just a thing that happens. The water heater gave out. Like it was just apparently though this one was just put in badly, and the guy was like, apparently the contractor just fucked it up because contractors do that sometimes. The water heater just like broke, and if I was paying for that, that would cost like a couple $1,000s. And also deposit, yeah, it's kind of rough. I don't think I'm going to do dry brush OSL. I'm currently painting the white because I do have an airbrush. I do have an airbrush, and I would very, very much like to do some of the cool glow stuff I've seen on Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that. And all of those basically have the starting step of paint it white and then do the glow around that. Like, I'm going to do white, and then I'll do a airbrush white, and then I'm going to... You can take that out of the value. Oh, okay. I didn't know that, to be fair. Another thing, though, like... So maybe I could look into something like that. Another thing, too, for me, personally, is that, like, I've lived in the current place I'm at for a little bit. I have no idea where I will finally settle down. It could very well be this house that I'm renting. I don't know. I'm always iffy about buying a place because it's like, that's the final tether. Like, not that I'm just like a wandering warrior that I like to go. I go where it pleases me. But it is sometimes the guild or like me looking for new assignments might be like, yeah, maybe you might want to go here now. I haven't in a while, but it could happen. It could happen at any time, so I don't know how much I want to do that. That does mean that I'm burning money because renting is just not building up anything, but this is all I can really do with my current situation. But yeah, I am the glow. This guy's definitely gonna be like the test model for the glow stuff. We'll see how it turns out. But you can already kind of tell. I see the idea though. Like, so this is just titanium white, yeah, this is bold titanium white from Pro Acryl, and you can see it's true. You can gut and rebuild. Fuck yeah! If it ever comes to that, maybe use a green card. A purely political marriage. No, I'm good. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do any weird green card shenanigans. Those feel like on paper that they're like, oh yeah, this will be fine. This will be fun. I feel like they all kind of lead into some weird disaster bullshit. A houseman. Like, it's one of those things that I'm curious if I would be a good house husband. Like, on one hand, I do a kind of thing that I could theoretically work from home, and also I have a lot of hobbies and stuff like that would work really, really nicely. I do wonder if that would activate like my neat impulses though, and I would not be in a great spot mentally. I don't know. How you doing, Tronic? How you doing? Yeah, we do be big warp charging, yo. Eating crystals every day. We love the warp. I also imagine a little bit too that like if my white's a little spotty because I'm gonna airbrush white on top of the white, it's probably gonna be fine. Oh god, no. Everything I've ever read about polycool sounds like hell, and I want no part on that. The idea of having to form a fucking organization chart for a romance, and that's on top of the usual like, yeah, like I could handle sharing somebody, and then like you get your heart broken, which is relatively common. That sounds like a lot. So I might actually use my gripper for this. Okay, I do got my gripper. Like, I mean, so like I can understand the idea of a commune. Like a commune makes sense to me weirdly. It was kind of interesting when I was doing research for Changeling. I would see just like big collective communes where they were like, okay, we have a belief structure. We're going to do it. We're going to live like, it's the kind of thing that a lot of people on Twitter really like the idea of doing, but they don't have the gumption to do it. Like these are effectively as similar sorts of people with similar beliefs. But like you would see these fucking hippies just go out and actually do a fucking like fuck it, we're farmers now. We're telling everyone to suck it. And I was like, that's kind of cool because I had to look up that for Changeling research because like there was a lot of commune stuff in California during that time, so they would have to probably run into some of that. I imagine a lot of those explode because of drama and infighting and whatnot, but I think the impulse to even get to that stage is still pretty impressive in its own way. Like they're like, fuck, they had their idea of building their own idealized society, and they fucking did it. Hell yeah. Yeah, I haven't had the most relationships. I'm not exactly the Casanova, but like couple I've had have already kind of like been complicated in the past, so not the wildest shit ever. Because at the end of the day, I'm a chill dude, which removes some drama, but there was still some like weird shit that was like, oh, I was just one person. Was that games? There's so many of those. I'm thinking my brain is like black and white, which that is a game I would love to replay one of these days. Oh my god. Yeah, that's also true, Charlie. Yeah, I feel there are some people that I think being poly and having a full polycule would work. I feel like a lot of people in there are a lot of people doing that are not great. Like if you ever find yourself in a working one and you're enjoying it and it gives you like it gives you the big bone and also like it works for you, good. But yeah, so I played Black and White when I was like far too like young to understand it. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like I could understand stage 1. On the like the polycules go far above just a triangle. It's a real clusterfuck shape. From home improvers. Oh, I'd imagine, yeah. I think the contractor just didn't connect some stuff right for like a ventilation thing. So he did something weird with the setup with my water heater. Stuff you be, yeah. Pretty much, yeah. It's kind of funny because it does actually seem like some of the communities just turned into like weird hybridized redneck hippies that did just become they just became like a town, which is very fun. Companionship. So something like that kind of makes sense. If that's what you want, that's fine. I've seen, and I'm sure it's one of those things you probably don't see the successful examples, but I feel like I've seen enough examples that when they go bad, they go nuclear, and that sounds rough. Magic. No, magic is kind of its own thing. Like 40K has the idea of sorcery as like kind of practice psyker abilities, but magic is objectively magic. Like it's like you got wind. I forget exactly how the winds work, or just like how it charges. Maybe it just channels directly to the planes. Is it? But no, magic is legitimately magic. It's not like disguising psyker powers or anything. It is you are a goddamn wizard doing goddamn wizard shit. Because there's also priests that pray to gods and get like magic effects. In Age of Sigmar, you can pray to Khorne and get like a blood geyser skull thing, which is totally not magic, you guys. It's a prayer. Guys, it's a prayer. Guys, listen. Guys, we're not doing magic. Guys, this isn't magic. It's Khorne. It's a prayer. We prayed to Khorne. This is fine. Oh god, I forgot I would do that. Yeah, that might actually be a fun game to stream. I wonder how hard it is to get Black and White running on... Oh god, knocked it over. Get that running on modern systems. Some of those older games run like a charm, and other ones you have to do a lot of bullshit. Not that I've not done bullshit before. I've done bullshit to set up games. I just want to know what kind of bullshit I would be getting into. It's come. Yeah, effectively the winds turned into realms, or the realms are heavily based off the winds. I'm very rusty on the exact move over. Yeah. It's totally playo. It's totally prayer, guys. What's how you doing, Fuber? Welcome. How you doing? I be painting the rats. Be painting the rat, and it'd be going pretty good actually. Get a couple little bits on there. Techno sorcerers needed, probably. It's probably one of those ones that you can maybe just. I think probably just running a. That's the nice thing though, is just like running a virtual machine. Typically does solve a lot of techno sorcery issues, and I've done that before. Oh shit, we got ad break. I'm enjoying this Ooey song quite a bit. Number 1 rated autism boy. Hey, listen, wait a minute. You come to my stream and try to claim my title of number 1 rated autism boy? How dare you? How you doing? Yeah, so, yeah, that's funny, because Skaven got prayers, so they do get stuff from the Great Horde Rat from prayers. They also just have magic, which I don't know how much that's just, like, general, like, magic warp nonsense. They don't really have the warp. They do have warp stone magic bullshit. They got magic bullshit. I would need to I don't hate Age of Sigmar lore. I'm just very rusty on it because I haven't had to think about it for a while. I mean, I don't think Ultramarines have a problem with Psychers. Usually it's more like, oh, I don't know if they're the ones with Psyker problems. I'm just gonna move this guy down. His staff is so big. I'm trying to get some extra layers on that. We got like a little bit going on. Not complaining though. I am curious about the new lore stuff because they're like Skaven were kind of put on a back burner for a while, though apparently they were responsible for living spells being a thing because Nagash made a horrific black pyramid that was going to end everything, and Skaven ended up burrowing into it just to fuck around. Just to fuck around. This is at least what I last heard. Maybe this information's wrong or been fixed since then. Oh yeah, I forgot where it's just corrupted Realmstone. Ah, there we go, there we go. Oh, it's TBH. I do. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All the new Skaven malls are rad as shit, and I will financially suffer. Though I'm not gonna financially suffer that much because of my wonderful sponsor, Collectible Squids. Yay! Let me show. Oh, I gotta do that manually to stream because I didn't put the bot together correctly. I basically disable all that. I'm due for a maintenance day. I'm really due for a maintenance day for a lot of my like stream setup things. I gotta unfuck some layers. I gotta move some shit around. Also, like a little bit of the rope coming from the side. No, just that. There we go. That's how you do. How you doing, Lemon? Welcome. Look at the lad. Look at the lad. I'll say very happy. I'm gonna zoom out just because I keep moving to it. Goodbye, 1-800 are you flapping? Lad has turned out pretty good. The white looks really weird right now because eventually that's just going to be a glow. And we'll see how that translates once I bust out. This might be a model that I straight up airbrush and you're like, well guys, it's fucked. Shit's fucked. I guess I can always just paint over it though. Shit doesn't entirely need to be fucked. I do need to practice a little bit of my like airbrush control though. Life has been good. Hello, Nitro. How you doing? Welcome. Combination balls and not beat my head against an art tablet. Aye, fuck yeah, let's go. What are you arting? Thank you for that hydrate stretch. Hold on. Life has been good. Lancer went really well, which was really fucking baller. And now that Lancer is done, I can decompress for a week. Because like whenever I have a campaign even a one shot up on the horizon, it consumes my brain. Like it's one of those things that even if I don't actively work on it, I feel that looming sense of it's not done yet. Preparations are not done yet. I need to deal with that. How you doing, Coyote Nightforge? How you doing? Welcome. Wes Walden from the UK. Well, I mean, I mean, UK Warhammer's a UK Warhammer's a UK property. That's not too surprising, honestly. Really, a lot of wargaming has a European history, though. Lizards and trees are in a good spot. Fuck yeah, yeah they are. I'm very glad too that that Skaven got a like Seraphon level army like model update. It's everything I really wanted. Like there's the only questionable choices is some of the way some of the fabric gets layered for the new Skaven feels kind of weird. I know they're trying to do like a patchy thing and it kind of comes off as like weird and just not assembled correctly. But even then that's minor and can be fixed. I don't think I did on this one. That's how you doing, Scrotus? British property? Yeah. I mean, there's like some of the things that happened for like when Privateer Press was more of a thing. Like everybody outside of the US was trying to get a hold of like, hey, we would really like some War Machine models. Privateer Press, can you send us some? And they're like, get fucked. Get fucked. The bolt. I like, yeah, the cape is weird. I like fat. I like the fat guy. I love the idea that like, yeah, I'm fat because I'm a warlord. And also like, most Skaven don't get to be fat, but I do. Because I know my shit and I'm not dead. I think that's pretty neat. But yeah, the cape stuff is kind of weird with the connection bits. But like once again, I think that's fixable. Like if I just use stuff like that, it was skipped by sleeping. Well, good morning then. There we go. Yeah, that kind of like Grease's Gold Tooth situation, exactly. I think I'm just going to continue to retouch the blue. Well, actually, the bottom could use a bit more bronze. I'm noticing like little gray bits. How do we want to do this? Oh, I know. But yeah, they look pretty baller. Literally any bag. Yeah, I mean, is there any overlap between the two? I don't think if I'd be, yeah, you could in theory use some like a bigger Nurgle models. I guess you could use like a Beast of Nurgle with some bits as a Rat Ogre. That'd be kind of fun, actually. Yeah, he's like a fun, like, legitimately all the models I found were pretty good from the new release. I don't think there's any I hated. We get like cavalry bases. Hey, fuck yeah, let's go. Nice. Yeah, so for a while there was kind of a thing, I believe, I could be wrong on this, but I think the implication was that the gods were like bringing back the souls of, or just like reincarnating, or like I think most of the named characters from Warhammer Fantasy died, but I think they're like the deities kind of were like, oh no, we like these guys, bring them back. So that's why you have like Queek and stuff like that kicking around. Oh, maybe not Queek. I know Thanquol and Bone Ripper, but that also might have been like, hey, you can genericize Ikit. You can genericize some of the Molder guys. It's really hard to take Thanquol and Bone Ripper and be like, these guys are the big boy and the screamy lad. It's like, you can't really do that. That's what you're doing, Flaming. Welcome. See, you're going to, can you viably do 20 Giselles? Is that like, is that a meme list, or is that actually like viable? Like, is that just like a thing you can do? It feels like one of those things that would be garbage, but fun to see, or it's actually like incredibly cheesy and toxic. Well, toxic in the way that just like makes it shitty to play against. Either way, fuck yeah, I do love me some Giselles, so hell yeah. I also think there's some concern the attrition rate of Skaven. If you're a cool Skaven, like in the same way that Lolth basically stops the drow from dying out, fucking the Great Hornrats could be like, hey, listen, no, you're too good. You're too good. I can't let you slip. Everyone else is a fucking idiot. Please. There we go. I guess it's also true, yeah, because you also got that. To be fair, the Gotrek model is really nice. That is a nice, solid, like, display dwarf. You just get like a big old classic dwarf motherfucker. Looks really good. That swings don't block landslide. Oh, okay, there we go. So you're just gonna mow them down. That's actually kind of what I did back the little bit I played a Total Warhammer. I would just summon Skaven slaves to gum up my enemies while I just snipe them forever with Giselle. So fuck yeah, I'm glad that still works. How's how you doing, Hellcat? Welcome. I'm painting rat today. Painting rat, and it's going incredibly well. Oh my god, it's going incredibly well. Once again, I think I could see myself needing to do some more touch-ups on this bad boy later on in the week. That's also another thing too. So like whenever there's some times during the week I was like, I kind of want to paint a mini. I kind of want to paint a mini off stream just a little bit. And then my brain is like, no, Hal, you got to work on Lancer stuff. And I'm like, oh, and I just procrastinated. So how you doing, Elrond? Welcome. Let's give her a go get their shit together. They're going to Giselle like that, like a fucking like. By the way, we're not watching Big Money Rustlers. We watched the ICP movie on Thursday, and it was a lot. Yeah, there's the Borderlands movie is like I will never see it. Honestly, Borderlands 2 was like just my upper limit for being obnoxious. If it wasn't for Handsome Jack, I would have ducked out. The fact that it is made with the casting choices that are in it is baffling. It feels like a bet or a tax write-off or something like that. Like Roland wasn't like a favorite character of mine, but like it's weird that you would take a big dude like him or like a kind of like muscular military man and cast Kevin Hart in that role. It's strange. Also, Polvo Jack, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the workshop. It's also kind of weird. I've never watched a Monster Hunter movie yet. That will absolutely be a movie night movie because everything about it screams garbage in a way that I'm very curious about. So the funny thing is, the only reason I found out Alien Romulus existed is because, the amount of female VTubers on my timeline on Twitch going, God, I wish that was me. Or like would. For that, like there's like a trailer with like or something. There's this clip of a like facehuggers have been around for a while. It's not new, but the new there's like a new scene in Romulus where the facehugger is like very, very visceral. How's you doing this, Mayor? How you doing? Oh shit, no, you hit the 70. Oh no, you did it on purpose, I believe. I believe you did that on purpose earlier. Yeah, I don't know what you would do to make a good Borderlands thing. Like I legitimately like if somebody gave me all that money, it's like, how make a good Borderlands movie. I legitimately don't know. I don't know what I would do. I cannot imagine. I cannot imagine how you would do that. How bad. I imagine it's awful. Like the thing is like I don't even see people like talk about wanting to ironically see it. It sounds like it's just a painful, boring experience. Like it's kind of like the worst of Hollywood excess where they just cast a bunch of people, they just kind of shit it out, just hope that the brand name will carry it forward, and then they just kind of like whatever. I think it's supposed to be one of those. Also like Ruffle. Yeah, it's also PG-13, which is weird. Which is also a weird choice. I bet they really wanted. I bet they made it PG-13 because they want to sell merchandise to kids. Because Claptrap is not a good character that I like. But Claptrap has a very specific voice, right? Like everybody generally knows it. They cast Jack Black for Claptrap, which is odd. But they clearly wanted to, I feel like they probably were hoping the movie would blow up so they could merchandise Claptrap as like for kids. I could see that. Because they have like a Claptrap fucking popcorn bucket too, or whatever. So, then again, from what I understand, popcorn buckets are just how movies make money these days. It's effectively just like $70 worth of premium merchandise. So it's all good, Jay. Have yourself a good night and take it easy, yo. The Color Out of Space don't much. Yeah, I've heard the Color Out of Space movie was reasonably solid. I don't know. Everything about it sounds rough, and I have basically no desire to ever see it. I have no desire to see it. I bet it's bad, but like not in a way that I would enjoy. Like once again, I like bad movies made by. Then again, I've heard that Randy Pitchford was responsible for it, and he might have legitimately believed he was making a quality film because he's Randy Pitchford. And that guy's brain is just fucked. I don't know what happened to his brain. I'm not saying he was like ever good. Like he's like, oh, he was good once and ruined it. Like every decision he has ever done is fucking bananas. Good blood for me. How many attempts to get a snap? You got no snap. You got 70. You got 70 stuff. There'd be no snaps. Alas, you were too far. Or did you? Hold on. Yeah, you were at 70, I believe. Tragic. Seeing a head pop, they shot in such an angle. Oh, that sounds. Why would you do that? Pressure, thalassophobia. I have not heard that. I have zero context for that. I need a different leather color. This leather keeps turning too watery even if I don't water it down. I also might just need to get me a paint shaker, to be fair. I bet if I paint shook like most of my paints, I'd be in a happier time. Let's see, I got a little bit. Give me a quick second. Unfortunately, I gotta wrap up for the evening. But I just like, well, I got a tiny little bit of this color on the thing. I just want to get a little chunklet. There we go. Okay. Excellent. I'll pet your cat for me, please. Let's go. All right. So, hold on. I just see like a couple of just like, oh, this is like a very obvious fix. Okay, there's like a bit over here. Oh, let's go. Did she just get big from growing up or did she get thick? I used to have a fat cat and like, I know it's not healthy for cats to be rotund. Hugging a fat cat is one of the best things in the world. Oh my god! Once you get, oh, she's just a Maine Coon, so she's just fucking massive. Okay, that tracks. Maine Coons are fucking huge. sitting there subbing, trying to make an art movie. I have to imagine it's the opposite, where they're just like, they know it's gonna be bad, but hey, a couple of $1,000,000 is a couple of $1,000,000, so why not check the fuck out? All right, and with that, let's go ahead. Yeah. Oh, I thought you did it on purpose at some point, because some people are just like, "Hal, it's enough. It's enough." All right, and let's go to the chatting screen. That's all, Werewolf. How you doing? Unfortunately, I am wrapping up for the night. But yeah, thank you nerds for coming. I had a lot of fun. I don't have the official schedule up, but I can give you a... There we go. I can give you a little rundown of what the schedule for next week will be. There's a Roblox game? Huh. I know nothing about Roblox. Oh, you just jumped over here. I gotcha. I know nothing about Roblox. Every Roblox thing seems fucking wild. Like, I see the VTubers keep doing this thing where they are doing like these like Roblox fashion shows. I'm like, what the fuck is this nonsense? What is this? I don't understand. So yeah, let's see. Shit, hold on, I don't get a raid. Let's see. Oh yeah, let me see real quick though what we were doing. Tuesday, I will be playing a video game. Probably Dark Forces, maybe not. We'll find out. Wednesday, mini painting rats. Thursday, Thursday will be a movie night. Probably Conan, maybe Zardoz. I don't know. And then Saturday will be my well, technically, Friday will be my birthday. Saturday will be the actual stream I do for my birthday stuff. I'm probably just going to play the Baki PS2 game and just chill and have a fun time, you know? Chill birthday, having fun. I don't got like a big plan or model reveal or anything for that. That's fine. I do like Zardoz a lot. I've been meaning to show Zardoz in the Discord because it's a movie I love a lot. It's fucking insane. And then Sunday I'll be doing some more mini painting. Maybe Quar. Maybe like a little bit to mix it up from the rats. So yeah, I don't got any merch. I could tell you I got zero merch. Merch is one of the things I probably should do more, but I'm always weird on how to go about doing that. But anyway, I'm gonna turn all the YouTube people loose. Bye YouTube people. Thank you for coming. What is best in life? Driving your enemies before you and hearing the lamentations of their women. Something to that degree. I forget the exact quote, but